scary thought to have.
It is very scary. But once you get that, you got to make sure to stay out of Steve's way, or they hurt very much more than the regular tools.
Yeah, just absolutely brutal capabilities there. We do see the Cloud coming in with that climbing hazard. Beautiful move to go ahead and shut out some space, but you know what?
Ooh, Kuma does get back from that recovery. It does look like he was going to get killed there, but he does manage to get back.
Now Kuma getting mad aggressive, and look at that, Cool Kid whiffing on the cross slash, going to allow for Opsy to break on through. Love that. Pow charging up for the key, and now he's just going to go ahead, avoid Kuma, come in with the Nair. He's putting the pressure on Cool Kid as Opsy is doing damage on Kuma. They truly are just breaking off one another and going for these 1v1s. It is a nasty dual threat here. Now we got, ooh, beautiful up smash there. Alrighty, Kuma getting mad aggressive, trying to shut out Pow. You know what Pow's saying? Nah. I got this fire hydrant ready. We are putting out the flames of Incineroar, baby, as we got the key to success coming through. Minecart gonna go ahead and deliver a powerful blow there, and Kuma is struggling to hold on to this stock for dear life.
Oh my goodness, nope, and he's managed to survive that.
Alrighty, Pow, love those aerials, but you know what? Kuma with the call out with the Cheeto fingers. Now, we got Cool Kid coming in, calm, cool, and collected. These back airs swinging for Kingdom Come here. Going with that forward slash as well. Absolutely crushing below if that lands.
Kuma does go down there from the minecart, so he's now down to his last stock here in this one.
Now, Cool Kid trying to break through on Opsy, trying to find that stock, as Pow might be dropping his first one here, but
oh goodness, and the magma block gets him, and both green team members are now down to one stock each. This is not looking good for Cool Kid and Light Kuma in this one.
Ooh, but you know what? Kuma breaking on through and instead taking Opsy's stock there. Got a little aggressive off stage, and now we got the double combos cooking up, racking up some nasty damage. 54 already onto Opsy. Bro has been unable to find the opportunity to go ahead and craft those diamonds, but we get the down smash. Can they go ahead and seal it out here? Down air, not quite gonna land, but you know what? On the other side, Pow doing mad damage to Cool Kid, already racking up 43, finds the F smash to get Kuma
down.
Cross slash there. We got the dash attack from Pow. Cool Kid trying to hold on, but this is a really bad position to be in. You got 77 on Opz, 46 on Pow, but Pow still has another stock. Won't be needing it though. That back throw to back air going to confirm, and we got a nice simple kill to finish out that game. Now 1-1. Pow, Opsy taking their time a little bit, just talking through some strategy. I like it. You have that moment where you have to recognize that, hey, you know what? Game 2 might have been clean, nice and strong, but that game 1 was a struggle, and so you want to make sure that you don't go into game number 3 underestimating your opponent whatsoever.
Yes, that is correct.
Now, going into this game number 3, I am curious how we're going to see that Cloud play out, because I think that Cloud was the big thing. We had a lot of capability to just wall out the opponent, get some nice strong hits, and even take both opponents back-to-back with different swings. So if you keep that up, it's nice and good. We did see plenty of good kills, though, from Kuma's incident. So. Alrighty, game number 3. This is the final one here. Hey, you know what? Just go ahead and stare in the camera. Cheese a little bit for him. Cheese a little bit for him. We like it. Battlefield here. Love this. A little bit more open space. Allows for some juggling. And you know what? Maybe a little bit more combos. That was one thing that we saw near the end was Cool Kid and Light Kuma get a nice good 50% string on Opsy. So maybe going ahead, bringing it to Battlefield might allow for a little bit more as we go ahead. See the swing with the upbeat. But you know what? Opsy breaking through, not allowing Pow to take any more damage there as Opsy still has not taken a single blow. Gets aggressive with the anvil and finds the shield poke, but a little too aggressive after the fact. Going to catch a hit for it. Alrighty, and now Opsy trying to force the issue. We got the up tilts coming through, and now look at this, the aggression with the down smash. Not going to connect, but it don't matter. We are still keeping it neck to neck as we get that anvil, just finding the kill.
And Pow does go down through his first stock as well, so it is evened up with each team having 3 and 2 stocks apiece now.
Now 77% on Kuma. Can he go ahead and hold on? Ooh, love that revenge breaking through, but it didn't matter. The anvil.
swear sometimes that revenge works, sometimes it doesn't, and it just did not work in that favor for Kuma there. Meanwhile, we do have Steve here, who is still on 3 stocks, and it does look like he did get his diamond tools as well, so he does have a bit of an advantage here at the moment.
Alrighty, got full charge here. Pau coming on in. Love to have that bell in sight, but look at this. Kuma trying to shut it out. Unfortunately for him, that hydrant water going to go ahead and snuff him out, but the hydrant also almost snuffing out Opsy's stock. And that back air, or that forward air, sorry, not going to do the trick quite yet, as Opsy holding on at 140% at this point.
Oh my goodness, the Cool Kid goes down. He's now down to his last stock. Meanwhile, Opsy is still surviving. Steve just does not want to go down in this one.
No, sir, no, sir. And now look at this. Opsy going to go ahead and be a little bad with the roll
there.
Pau throwing out the key, gets the hydrant hits too. Unfortunately, did take a little bit more damage onto Opsy than wanted, but you know what? We're holding on to that stock with Pau. That forward air not going to be able to do it, as that Skull Crusher might be damning, but not damning
does not recover from that one there. So now both Kuma and Cool Kid are now down to their last stock. Meanwhile, blue team both have 2 stocks to their names.
Now Cool Kid getting aggressive, but getting caught up with the Galaga combo as Kuma goes in and saves him as well. Now Opsy catching the double hit with that back air, and unfortunately dropping that stock.
Get back. I think unfortunately the fire hydrant there made it to where he was not able to get back.
Diamond in hand, we got the anvil coming through. Love these up airs, doing plenty of damage here, rocking his world. Looking for the jump off, but not gonna find it, but finds it with the anvil.
The anvil does not kill there. Oh, but the diamond sword will, and with the combination of the fire hydrant, will kill there.
And good stuff from Opsy. Pau, much to be expected from him, and you know what? I'm sure we will get to see plenty more of them as they make their run towards top 8. Now, I will say we did have a little bit of an upset come up a little bit earlier. RM8 and Zog taking out Super Colonel and Xavier in 2-1 fashion, so gonna have to fight it out through the losers bracket to make it to that top 8.
That's pretty good. We always like some upsets there. That's always a favor to people sometimes.
Now I will say on the other side, Jojo the Hobo fighting it out versus King Richard and Lavi. Got Demon Random and MNK going to be going up against Opsy Pau, which I do have to correct myself. Demon Random and MNK are the 4th seed. Opsy and Pau are seeded for, I believe, 7th. So, or 5th, correction. So going to be interesting to see what they can do. There are some nasty teams, though. You got like Major Charlie D coming through here, Leroy Silver. So there is some mad potential for some upsets and everything. As Leroy Silver actually got upset by Major and Charlie D.
That is very interesting to see there. I mean, unfortunately, we're not able to see that on our end, but I'm sure it went well for wherever they were playing.
Now we got some players coming up. I didn't quite see. Do we got? Oh, I believe that is Terra. So I believe we're going to be getting Terra Luis versus Major and Charlie D. Of course, got to be seeing the Ness, which is a great character for doubles. We've seen that with Gak. We've seen that with Sen. That character is absolutely broken. Just does a lot of damage. Has some big big hitboxes, and then alongside that, some great kill potential. On the other end, though, Luis is one of, if not the best doubles player in the world, bar none. Of course, most recently winning Genesis doubles with his NorCal friend Karama. Both phenomenal players in their own right, but man, that Palutena, when you fight them in doubles, Luis is a different beast. Terra, though, I'm excited to see what Terra's got. I haven't seen much of Terra's doubles play. Phenomenal Wolf player from the PNW, of course. Major, though, gonna have that Ganondorf. That is one thing a lot of these heavy characters get, like, a more polarizing game plan when it comes to doubles. When you're off stage, all of a sudden it becomes an even scarier issue because you have 2 people to play with if your teammate isn't able to come in there, stop that aggression, and stop them from snuffing out your stock. On the other hand, though, you have some wonderful kill potential. So, alrighty. Yep, we got Terra stepping up. So yeah, this is going to be Terra Louise versus Major Charlie D. On the other end, it is racking up for Temp and Koru. They're personally who I'm excited to be seeing, not only because they're the Utah boys, but then alongside that, I mean, Temp is just, I don't know what it is. He's already such a good player when it comes to singles, but once it's in doubles, he's a different beast. Even in those 1v1s, all of a sudden, it just clicks in his head. Like, he doesn't want to disappoint the teammate. Takes it a little bit more seriously. Yeah, Temporary Plan and Koru fighting it out versus Spire and Jordan. Bismuth and Val going to be going up against RNM and Psionic. Honestly, that could be a little bit of an upset. Would be an interesting one to see. Jaja, JDV going up against Balthazar and God. Should be a nice, clean bread and butter win. JDV. I was having breakfast with JDV and some friends this morning, and I asked him, I'm like, hey, what's your plan for Temporary Plan and Koru? Because he mentioned doubles and everything, and he's like, yeah, we're gonna double bell. Have J-Jaw suck me, get the power up, and just work on a double bell.
All right.
It works.
All right.
Alrighty, here we go. We got the Ganon, we got the Nest versus the Wolf and the Palu. Let's see what these two are working up here to go ahead and go against the first seed of Terra Louise.
Honestly, I feel like this will be a good set. I wouldn't be surprised if this does go all 3 games in this one. So we'll have to see what happens.
Already off to a great start here. We do got Palu getting caught by that PK fire, of course. If you get the right hitbox, that thing just covers ledge so well. That being said, you know what? Charlie D getting covered at ledge by Terra. Of course, Terra comes through trying to save out Louise and does a good job of it. Louise starts to get the pressure onto that Ganon. I love the fact that Louise having the acknowledgement, hey, I got the Nair onto Major, but here comes Charlie D. Let me go ahead, jump back, cross up with Bear. That's going to be the option to keep me both safe and still admitting some pressure. Alrighty, Yo-Yo from Charlie D coming through, breaking Terra's back a little bit. Charlie D. We also had it as a free. Hold up, that's a free for all. That is not a team game. Chat.
Yeah, I am now seeing this too. This is not a team game right here. We are in a free for all. Oh my goodness. Stand by with us, folks. We are having
never mind. It doesn't show on the main screen. I was lying. It was a team game. But also some issues with Charlie D's controller connection.
Or multiple people's.
Oh, no. They just disconnected while they were trying to get his connected back in.
It does look like we do always have these issues, it seems like, with the GameCube controllers. They do seem to act up sometimes, so stand by with us. Okay, we are back.
Yeah, see, chat, I did lie. It's actually a team game.
It is
know
team,
that.
so.
More you know. For some reason, it looks like a free-for-all in the player select screen. That's weird.
Or the controller one, so.
Alrighty, so far, doing pretty well here. Louise holding on to that stock at 139, doing a great job. I love that reflect. Beautiful idea, and now dishing out 37 and getting the F smash onto Charlie D as well. Absolutely brutal.
And everyone is now even at 2 stocks apiece here after Luis does go down, finally.
Yeah, Luis, though, going to go ahead and try to take out that Ganon. Major having some issues here, but you know what? Here comes Luis just putting out the threat there against Charlie D. I love that, where it's just, hey, I see you messing up my teammate. I'm going to come in threaten you, but I'm not going to throw anything out just in case you're ready for it. It's just great ideas to come. Gets the jab on both of them. Terra not able to catch that. Looking for that upward DI to go ahead and get the side B, but unfortunately for him, not going to find it. Now we got the Yo-Yo taking some damage and holding on. And
Ness goes down.
Alrighty, down throw. Doesn't go for the bear, just goes ahead, backs up here. Now, we got Charlie D. That Yo-Yo is just doing so much work for him. That lingering hitbox, and it is such a large space to take up as well.
Major's still holding on here with the second stock at 172 damage now.
Comes in swinging with that full rage fist, taking out Terra's stock there as well.
Oh,
Now,
goodness. Okay, Major finally does go down to his last stock now in this one. Luis is still on their second stock as well, 124 damage.
pretty good thus far. We see that over-aggression from Major getting called out, but Charlie D able to go ahead and save him from any more damage from Luis. Now Major coming up, catching Luis, getting a little too aggressive, allowing for that stock to drop. And now Major coming in, saving Charlie D.
does survive that. Gets PK fire off and the yo-yo as well.
Alright, we got both players just gonna go ahead and laser. We got the Wolf Flash coming through. That F tilt, brutal move, so big. Just those claws allow for so much damage here. Charlie D drops that stock at 189. Major looking to do a little bit of damage, maybe able to clutch up the 2v1, but I love how Luis is taking point and you just see Terra pelleting out those lasers.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
Alright, Luis, Terra, both feeling good. Already up 1-0. That was a nasty set there. I don't know. I'm feeling pretty good for these two. I'm a little bit worried for Major Charlie D. It just looked like there were a lot of moments where Luis or Terra would just start snuffing out Major or Charlie D, and it would become a big amount of damage before the other could go ahead and save them.
We'll see if the stage change does change this up. We are going to Hollow Bastion now for this game too, so something could be different, and Charlie D and Major will be looking to tie this set up 1-1 piece and get it to a game 3.
Alrighty, game number 2 off to a wonderful start here, already putting out the aggression with the laser, with the nairs, and Major breaking out right past that ledge. But you know what? Luis says,
oh my
I'm just going to snuff
Major you. Already down a stock with about 10 seconds into the match.
Alrighty, and now we are just going to go ahead and go on for so much damage. Both Charlie D and Major up to around 80%. Now Terra struggling to get off ledge, and unfortunately for Luis, unable to help out there. Does break out and get him on through this time, but you know what? Charlie D still got plenty of damage onto that Wolf before letting him out. Now we got down tilt to back air. This could be really bad as Charlie D not quite going to drop that stock, and instead Luis going to get reversaled there.
Terra does also go down there, so now they both have 2 stocks apiece for Terra and Luis as well. And Charlie D just also went down, so now we're at 2 stocks apiece. And Major survives that. And nope, not this time.
Survived a little bit longer after the rock, but you know what? That explosive flame coming through, doing its job and sealing out that stock. Now Charlie D getting up in his business, trying to go ahead and get some damage onto Luis. But you know what? Luis's experience against Send is showing, and against Nestboy as well. Reminder, there are 2 different top-level Nesses that this man has consistently played against, so. That down smash, though, gonna do it, taking out Luis's second stock. Surprisingly early at this point, Luis actually kind of struggling this game. Major breaking on through, Charlie D getting grabbed, but you know what, Major getting the catch there with the down tilt.
Major is trying to play it a little safe here since he is down to his last stock already. He's also trying to help out as well to his teammates.
Major gonna go ahead, send a couple of kicks, send that dash attack in. Just trying to show some space here. Say, hey, Terra, I know what your game is about, and I'm ready for it. Does get the fair, almost combos off of Luis's accidental hit onto Terra, but instead, Terra able to go ahead and
tried to go for the spike there, did not work.
We got the up smash, but you know what? That's going to cause Charlie D to drop his stock, and now we are all down to last stock. Never mind, Terra.
Never mind, yeah.
Last alive here for Luis's team. Luis does drop his final stock. 183 though on Major does mean that if Terra can just break through, but he's not going to.
We are going to get a game 3 in this set here.
Yeah, and that was with a death at like, what, 20, 30 on that first stock Major, so even with that, he was able to go ahead and break on through, and they were able to secure it out. So little bit of a worry here for Tara Luis, but you know, it is their counter pick. They do have the option for stage here. I think the big thing is just Luis took a lot of heavy hits and took a lot of early deaths. So if you could go ahead and just prep for that, fix it up, should be good going into game number 3. And a reminder, this is the qualifier for top 8. This is a big deal for both sides. On Luis's side, this is kind of just his territory. He is the person who is expected to win this, and for good reason. Meanwhile, you get that upset, that speaks volumes for Charlie and Major.
So we are on small battlefield on this game 3.
Alrighty, Luis coming through. Love those fairs, and I love that patience right there. Not quite getting the synergy that they wanted. You know, Tara saying, hey, I'm ready for the back throw, but Luis not getting it out there. So I think it's still some of those like early team, like you could tell that they haven't teamed as much together as they would like, but you know what? It'll work out, I'm sure. Oh, Major.
Oh my goodness. They both Major and Charlie D go down in that stock. Seems like, unfortunately, that was a teammate's kill there. Very unfortunate for Major and Charlie D.
Now, Tara getting the grab just to go ahead and secure some time for Luis to get back to stage. This has allowed him to go ahead and get Charlie D off stage. Here comes the back throw. Got the laser for a little bit of extra damage as well. As now Charlie D dropping that stock due to the down air. Major trying to go ahead and secure a little bit of something, try to recover it, and does so with the kill on Tara. But even then, this is still 5-3 stocks. This is a bit of an issue as Luis trying to get this kill on Major, doesn't find the backer that they wanted. And now Tara, though, coming in to lock them both off stage. Back air from Luis coming through. And you know what? Might have dropped his own stock, but at 160, you take those trades. You got the stock on Major, and now it is 4-2. This is still doable, but you got to do something fast. All right, Luis getting mad aggressive with this nest here as we got the yo-yo coming in, not able to secure that hit onto Luis as he teleported right on through. Now, Luis keeping the aggression on while Tara finding his own against Major, looking for the nair to try to just take the stock early, but might be able to find the down air. No. We're going to see Charlie D mess up that timing for him. Now Charlie up to 40%, does get that kick on Major. Both Major and Charlie are onto the last breaths of these stocks, 122, 137 respectively. But you know what? Luis ain't looking so healthy either on this stock here. Maybe Charlie D able to go ahead and secure it. Who knows? Back throw, gonna be able to do it. Hold up, there is a chance here. Tara up to 73, and Wolf is a mad gimpable character. They might be able to do it, but Luis is, of course, hounding.
Oh my goodness, is that gonna be a double kill right there? Holy.
Tara and Luis take it 2-1 fashion, keeping it nice and clean. Now going to be heading into winner's top 8, by the way. Good on them, but you know what? I'm sure, considering the way Major and Charlie D have been playing, I'm sure they'll be able to go ahead and secure something from the loser side. They will have to fight it out, of course, against some big threats here, as we got none other than Opsy and Pow in their line of sight, as they did get up and they did lose to Demon, Random MNK. So that'll be interesting to see between Major, Charlie D, and Opsy Pow. Going to be a very close one, I'm sure, but should be a fun watch overall. Leroy Silver, of course, fighting through the loser side after they're upset by Major Charlie D. Meanwhile, in the other side of bracket, we do got some nasty stuff cooking up, as JDV did, of course, beat out Balthazar Digod 2-0. RNM Psionic did upset Fizmin and Val 2-1. And RM8 Zog, of course, earlier we mentioned they're upset over Super Colonel Xavier. They're going to be fighting out against either Temporary Plan and Koru or Spire and Jordan, which has currently been going on for looks like 16 minutes. So it might be actually a 3-game barn burner up in there. So
What? What did they say?
Alrighty, now, real quick, let's go ahead and do a little bit of shout-outs to our sponsors real quick. Ziply Fiber, of course, they are one of, if not the best internet providers inside of the PNW. Voted #1 internet in Northern Idaho. Great customer support, great speeds, great prices. I mean, look at that. Plan starting at $20 a month. That's nice. With lag-free fiber, snatch it up, baby. That stuff, I wish we had that in Utah. Utah, too middle of nowhere, apparently, compared to Idaho. I don't know how Idaho got that stuff, and we don't. Speaking of what Idaho has and nobody else do, it's that ICCU, Idaho's best credit union. Look at that. Great customer service, real people. You don't need to know nothing else. They're taking care of you, all right? They're insured by NCUA, all right? They're the GOATs. They're the GOATs. Now, I do believe we're going to be throwing it over to a little bit of an ad break while we get some players set up here. So, hey, don't go nowhere. We're going to see you on. Oh, wait. Oh, we have more to talk about. I didn't have Good Manners and Customs here. That's great. Hey, they're the GOATs, though. They're the GOATs. Good Manners and Customs. I mean, dude, pull up. Last year was great. You know, I'm just saying, you guys might need to stop Utah because Utah kind of stomped y'all last year, and you know we're going to be pulling up again. So, Rivals of Aether 2, Tekken 8, Under Night and Birth, and, of course, Street Fighter, Smash Ultimate, all that good jazz. Show up, use code WeLoveBeakBonk for $5 off for the first 20 players to use it. Are good for another set? Or are we going? Welcome back to Beak, Bonk Doubles, and hey, I'm your lovely host, Yin Cass. Hey, how we doing today, everybody? We do got some of my own team members stepping up to the plate. Of course, Temporary Plan, who got fourth at Genesis Doubles, beating out the likes of like Raru Snow, and that's an important one. I mean, go watch the clip. You know what it is. You know what it is. And, of course, joined by the one, the only Koru. We got a nasty Nest stepping up to the plate. Now, this is, of course, going to be top 8 winners qualifiers, which means their opponents are not somebody to sleep on. We got RM8 Zog, who did, of course, take out Super Colonel and Xavier in 2-1 fashion. You know they're going to be nasty. Zog, of course, being a duck hunt from Canada. RM8, I'm totally blanking. I know they're PNW. I know I looked up who they play. If I remember correctly, Pac-Man. We'll just pretend like it's Pac-Man for a second while we're waiting. But you know what? These players, these teams, going to be nasty as hell. I will say one thing that you've got to look out for is Zard. All right? When Temporary Plan is on deck with that Charizard, it is a nasty player to be fighting off against. Okay? One of the biggest reasons is that down throw on Charizard. So just a basic concept within doubles is having invulnerability when it comes to your throws. And the longer your throws are, that allows your teammate to prep up, get an attack charged up, and just blow them out of the water. So Charizard gets that grab, down throw popping right there, and then all of a sudden you got fucking that Nest just coming right up in there with a baseball bat and just pop it into that home run, baby. So you got to be careful. On the other hand, you also got Nest, all right? Nobody wants to be playing with Nest. That little Rugrat, that little rascal, okay, he's going to be breaking through with the PK fires. He's going to be coming in with the forward airs, with the nairs. He's got those hitboxes. He's got the grabs. He's got so much kill potential. Don't play around with him. Otherwise, he's not playing around with you, and he is going to be taking those stocks bad early. So you got to be careful. And either way, I'm excited to see what we got cooking up. This is, of course, preparation for Winterside Top 8. We've got some nasty players on the other side. JDV did beat out RNM and Psionic, so gotta be a little bit worried because, man, Kirby, Pack, a little bit of nasty characters. Now, on the other side of bracket, we did just see, of course, Luis and Terra bring it on through, punch their ticket into that Winterside Top 8. Now, on the other side there, a little bit of a scary thing did happen. Of course, Pau Opsy versus Demon Random MNK did go in Demon Random MNK's favor. Not like surprising based on seeding, but still one of those that could have went either way. And so Jojo Dahobo and Lubido going to be fighting off against them to go ahead and try to secure their spot into a top 8 winner side. It's just heavy hitters all around. I think that just comes from the fact that, of course, it's PNW, right? This is PNW home turf. PNW is one of those regions that is committed to doubles. And alongside that, a lot of the surrounding regions have some of the biggest hitters when it comes to doubles, including Utah, including Northern California, where you have the likes of Send, Temporary Plan, Valor, Kurama, Luis. And so, of course, it's always making it so that these doubles events feel just as important, just as impactful as any singles bracket. And I love that. Temp fixing the camera. Hey, he just wants to look good and clean. He said, cut out Koru. It's just me on this team, apparently. Poor Koru. What the heck? Bro really just shut him out there. All right, I see it. I see how it be. No, I will say, love that swag. That jacket, looking clean. That being said, RM8 not looking like any slouch there either. I will say, love that jacket. That suit jacket, why does that go so hard? Shout outs to the GOAT. Alrighty, let's go ahead and lock in. There's no way he's playing random. If he plays random, I will give him $5. I'm not playing. All right, good. He's not doing random. My GOAT. All right, we got Temp walking in the PT. We got the Nest locked in, of course. Ike. That's why I remembered RM8, because he said he would money match anybody today. So hey, anybody who's listening, anybody who is at this event, RM8 said he'll money match you. Don't matter what it be. You could do random squads. You could do singles. Just hit his line. He is down. Temp starting out right out of the gate with that Skull Bash and already dishing out 39. That is the thing. Squirtle is a dangerous, fast combo demon, so you got to be careful. That being said, you know what? This Duck Hunt ain't no slouch either. Trying to take forward to bat and dish out some nice, good damage. But the only one so far taking much is RM8, 64%. And now Zog getting up to 40% as well. The grab, the forward throw, not going to be able to confirm that that up smash that Corey was coming in through. But you see the idea. You see the concept. And compared to some of the stuff that we saw with Tara Luis, it was very clearly not oh, let me take it back. You know what? RM8 breaking on through, gets the kill. Temp looking a little bit pissed off, trying to go ahead and get that kill nice and early. Koru breaking on through and avoiding the extra hit as Temp comes in to get the kill. You can't be re-grabbing in front of that man. Otherwise, he's going to be taking your stock every day of the week. Now, that being said, he's also apparently throwing at Koru. He got a little mad at him. He was like, hey, I'm going to get some hits here. Now, though, we'll say good stuff to Zog going in, saving RM8 for the second there, because it was looking like a very scary moment that Temp, Koru were going to go ahead and just rob that stock nice and early until Zog came on through. Koru coming in and saving Temp on his own account. This is one thing that I like that we're already seeing from both teams. It's this recognition of, all right, my teammate is kind of getting cooked up. They're kind of getting mixed, and I need to go ahead, break in here, and stop this from happening. So, love to see that. Now, hey, yeah, it is true. Welcome. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the lovely people. This is true. Hey, well, hey, good to have you. Yes, Yin, Fenrir, of course. So right now we've got Temporary Plan, which, by the way, if you don't know, 4th place Genesis doubles this year. Yeah, him and Valor, 2 top 5 in Utah, came out to Genesis, beat out like Raru Snow. They're the only team that are Taikei's team as well. Only lost to Luis and Krama, the winners of the event. Now, Temp is teaming up with Koru, but both these players from the same team, actually the esports team that I own, Golden Spike Esports, they know each other, they carpool together, they have played a lot together. So, on the other hand, you have RM8 and Zog, who have had a wonderful bracket thus far, already making an upset over Super Colonel and Xavier. That's a great upset. And so far, they've been showing why. It's been several team combos. It's been the recognition that, hey, RM8, both that Ike from RM8 and Zog's Duck Hunt do struggle in disadvantage. And they have that recognition, hey, let me go ahead and save my teammate. So, like, right there, hey, I'm going to get the extra hits. I know I'm going to get killed if I jump in too early.
That's totally fair if you're a team game, right? You're up against Zog.
Yes, sir. Alrighty, I do love that can play. Go ahead and secure the ledge a little bit, and unfortunately, also going to drop the stock.
That is game 1.
Yeah, no, I can't really hear you through my mic or my headphones.
D.
Oh, there we go.
I'm muted. Hey, what's up, chat? Hi, I'm ZG Fenrir.
Hey, Fenrir's here.
He's been talking to himself for the last hour, bro.
What can I say? I hear the voices.
Time. I've been here the whole time, but they won't know that.
This is true. 100% true.
Yeah.
But no, Temp and Koru doing a good job. I mean, I think this not only lends to the players, but then also the characters, right?
Right.
You have just this beautiful combo game from Squirtle into the kill potential of both Ivy and Charizard. At the same time, we know what Ness does in doubles.
Yeah, that's true.
Whether it's Gact, Send, or now Koru, you know what's happening with that character.
That character is very good at what he does, and you give him a teammate, he can excel a lot better in that regard, too. However, we can't sleep on the Ike and the Duck Hunt duo, bro.
No,
two characters that you don't see in singles generally, and now you're seeing both of them playing together in doubles, and it's like...
It just works.
It really does. You have all the kill power coming from Ike, and then you have the zoning as well as the damage dealing that Duck Hunt
the
can do.
Cans, the clay pigeons, whatever it might be, bro is dishing out damage. That being said, we already got some great starts. Just 1 and 2 pieces so far from both teams. Nothing too ecstatic, but already great tempo.
Yeah. I'm liking what we're seeing here. I'm hoping that we can get some adaptation from Zag and RM8, right? They kept it fairly close, all things considered. They were only down about 2 stocks for the first game, so it's definitely seems fairly doable for them.
Absolutely. I will say, the Ivy being out here, I think personally that is Temp's weakest of the 3 characters in doubles. In singles, I don't know what it is. He just shuts off, and it's I will kill with Zard, and so that's his worst of the 3. But the Ivy is a little bit scary. That being said, what is scary is the damage here as we see Koru dropping first stock and Temp almost dropping first stock as well. Charizard
only living there thanks to his heavy weight there. He's going to have to get edge guarded here, but let's see if he can save himself. But the early SD.
Well, and RM8 also kind of forced that. I know it was kind of hard to see because we were really focused on Temp trying to hold on for dear life.
Right.
But Koru came through trying to stop RM8 from that edge guard. And then all of a sudden, RM8 coming down with the hammer trying to stop him, and Koru just hitting that air dodge, getting scared.
Yeah.
So
that'll put Zag and Armate in a very sizable lead now for this game too. So what they want to do now is they want to try and hold it and live for as long as they can, right? This back throw should take out Ike here. However, they're still up a good sizable lead, right?
Yeah.
You want to play your lead. You want to try and zone a little bit more. Use your big hitboxes if you're Ike. And
the nice thing is, Ike also has that weight, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about dying early unless it's that edge guard. And you have Zog coming through here, zogging all over them, you know, stopping the edge guards as well as he can, and getting his own edge guards against Temp, shutting it down. It is a clean 4-2 stock lead. This is a problem for the Utah boys.
how are they going to adapt to this? I mean, it just seems like right now, Zog and RM8 are able to take up so much more space than they were taking game one, right? TP and Koru were like smothering them pretty much with their fast frame data from Ness as well as the decently fast buttons from PT, right? But their insane edge guards have been going so much better this game. TP trying to save Koru in that situation, but he just couldn't do it.
You talked about edge guards, and Temp just said, hey, you know what? I got some of those too. Unfortunately, wrong player there. And Zog going to go ahead and just take up that space as we see RM8 shutting out the recovery. And
yeah, no jumps there, has to recover low.
Yeah.
And that's going to be game number 2.
Yeah, 1-1. I think you said it very well. It was the space that they took up on the stage.
Right.
All of a sudden, instead of getting walled out to the sides, once they held center, it was over from there.
Yeah, they did a lot better that game with that adaptation for sure. I very much agree. I'm curious to see what kind of counter pick we're going to see here. We ended up going small battlefield again for game 2. Does TP and Koru have a different stage that they like to go to? It's looking like Hall Bastion.
I like it. You know what? I was going to go ahead, keep that platform a little bit higher to the center. You know, hopefully make it a little bit harder for RMA and for Zog to go ahead and hold on to a lot of that, because that can will get placed onto those side platforms,
Right.
one. And so it made it really hard for them to just get in, whether aerial or grounded, because Zog and RMA would hold the ground. But then alongside that, you also make it so that you have a little bit more wide variety in how you're coming in from the sides compared to the center. So
Right. One thing people don't seem to realize, too, about Hollow Bastion specifically is, like, obviously it looks exactly like Smashville. However, the stage itself is a lot wider than Smashville is, and so there's a lot more room that to work with, which I agree with this. I think they needed more space than they had on Small Battlefield.
yeah, and that space is going to come from the change in congestion from the platforms. And so far, working pretty well. And look at this, Temp getting the call out there, getting the nair, and I love that. Having the recognition, hey, I'm on the shield, let me go ahead and back off. Did get a little over-aggressive with the second extension, and that has allowed for RM8 to bust down, get some extra damage onto Temp here and onto Koru, as we've got 72-93 and 47-45.
Yeah. That being said, RM8 is taking up so much space with these jump nairs. I mean, and he was able to get Koru from 0 to 70 pretty much just by nair up airing as much as he can. And he's just has so much pressure that he can exert. And like, look at that. Immediate dash attack in order to punish that nair.
Yeah, just immediately catches him, and the up smash on Koru. I think the big thing when it comes down to it, the real issues with Ike, what are they? It's the end lag, it's the speed.
Right. Yep.
You all of a sudden don't have to worry about the end lag. You have the teammate coming through, helping you. You don't have to worry about the speed. You have the teammate coming through, pushing them to you.
That's exactly right. And, I mean, the other part is, like, his recovery is a little bit lackluster, especially against Ivysaur. I think he really struggles in order to recover against Ivysaur. But as you can see, he's doing a phenomenal job already. He's making it work.
Yeah, it's been good mix-ups, and then alongside that, Temp having to back off, help Koru.
Yeah.
Koru, though, getting that team combo with Temp, able to go ahead, dish out 85. RM8, though, not taking a lot of damage that they need to dish out if they want to make sure that this lead doesn't become a big issue like it did in Game 2.
I will say, I really have been enjoying the team combos that TP and Koru have been going for, right? Especially being able to combo with each other just exactly like that, with the forward tilt into the, I believe that's
into Zog's up tilt.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So,
you know, Zog, very nasty third teammate for him. You know, every now and again you need that.
yeah. So they are trying to claw it back just a little bit here. 0% now for Temporary Plan. Last stock for their winners doubles career.
And I do love the fact that Temp taking that center position, saying, hey, I'll keep Zog out while we go ahead and work together, get that damage onto RM8. And so far, that has worked really well. Now, though, a little aggressive up B from RM8, but doesn't get punished, goes back to that ledge. And I love that utilization of the ledge invulnerability. Though, Can coming through Zog saying, hey, you know what? Temp, you can't wall me out if I'm just throwing out the projectiles.
Yeah, that's fair. We mentioned earlier how we want the bigger stage in order to try and have a little bit more stage control, right? But the problem is that when you lose that stage control, that means that your opponents have so much of this stage. And right now, Zog and RM8 are just dominating that amount of stage control and able to take that stock off the side. Temporary Plan having to recover for his life.
Yeah, and not quite as bad of a position as they were game 2. This time around, we've got both of them at kill percent as we see Zog drop 114 on RM8. Temp saying, hey, I'm going to reset to ledge, take my time a little bit, but we do really need to get something going if you're Temp and Koru.
Yeah, and we're probably going to actually see the Zard for the rest of this match here. He's a little bit too high of a percent in order to, he's too likely to die is what I'm trying to get at. So I don't think he's going to be switching off anytime soon now.
Well, and alongside that, still got plenty of speed, of course. One of the fastest, I think actually the fastest, or like third fastest run speed in the game after like Sonic and Falcon.
Right.
But then alongside that, you have some great damage, great kill potential, as we see Ness with Koru going ahead and showcasing that with the Ness with the back throw.
Okay, 1 stock apiece now for both teams,
Ooh,
but the down throw
back.
up air is going to put TP and Koru in a disadvantaged situation here. It's going to be a hard fight.
Which also, it did confirm because of that can. The recognizing, hey, I can pop that team combo right here. Dash attack, not quite going to do it, but still.
Oh, this is going to be hard. A little early on the Ike neutral B. That's so much damage coming out of the Zard, though. He cannot take any more hits like that.
Can we see him clutch it up, or is he going to drop it to RM8 and Zog? RM8 almost getting that, and Zog getting mad aggressive off stage.
Wow, I cannot believe he recovered in that situation. That was such a weird spot with the can trying to ledge trap him there.
Look at this bolt.
What a roll, but it's not going to matter. The reaction dash attack is going to take it for Zog and RM8. Going 2-1 against Temporary Plan. And
Dude.
Koru. What a good set.
Honestly, and great upsets as well, coming from RM8 and Zog over both Super Colonel and Xavier, and now Temporary Plan and Koru, upsetting who was the 3rd seed in this.
They were 3rd seed. Wow,
Third seed.
okay.
Yeah, they took out the 3rd and I believe the 7th seed. Or the 6th seed.
Okay.
So, I mean, you know, gotta give their props. RNM Psionic are playing against Super Colonel Xavier right now.
Okay.
And now Temp and Koru going to have to fight off against either Fizment Val or Funny Tune. I'm sorry, what? Funny Tune and like Diogod, or no, Diva.
Deva. Okay, okay.
Deva?
Deva, I think is how you say it. I believe they're a youngling player.
We got to talk about that pronunciation. 'Cause that is Diva through and through. I don't know what.
Diva is spelled with an I.
You're right.
It is D-E-V-A for the chat. Stay in school, kids. It's important. Don't just get caster jobs like me.
Forget school. Who needs it?
Speaking of school, shouts out University of Idaho for hosting the Beak Bonk again for the 3rd year in a row now. This event has been phenomenal. I've loved having it every year.
Great.
It's been awesome. This is your 2nd year, right? Or is this your 3rd year?
Second year. I was going to be here 3rd year, but unfortunately there were 3 PNW events in a row that hit my line that I had a wedding for.
Oh, you had a
Yeah.
That's crazy timing.
I was like, yeah, no. The 3rd one, I was like, you know what? I'm going to the event.
You know, yeah, that's fair.
The 3rd time in Back in Blood was like, hey, we want you to cast top 4. I'm like, I have a wedding, but I'll be there.
Marriage is forever, right? Like
marriage.
But
Back in Blood. Back in Blood.
5 or 6, I'm guessing. That one's there's
the
only one.
Final one.
The final one.
Yeah.
There's only
which
one.
was
now.
like Back in Blood 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, there's one last one. I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm
So
there.
drop out of school and go to tournaments is what we're trying to say, chat.
Go to Back in Blood 9 when it because it's not gonna happen.
It's not going to happen,
unfortunately.
no.
But if it does,
We'd love to see you there.
pull up.
Pull up. We'd love to see
Skip
you.
school. Your parents will be proud. Parents will be proud of you if you drop out of school.
This message is not endorsed by Beak Bonk 2025. Just
Both
as
my
a-
parents are not proud of me. They do not love me like that.
Whoa. We gotta unpack that there, bro.
Yeah,
you wanna
so
talk
my
about it?
dad was really abusive.
Okay, yeah.
My mom loved me, but then then I came out as
I gotta
queer.
go. Like I got places to be.
Oh, is it
and-
because I'm queer?
Maybe just a little bit. Getting right into it. Looks like we have, I believe this is winners semis. No, this is the other top 8
losers.
qualifier.
This is losers top 8 qualifier. Or no, what? I thought these two lost. No, this is losers top 8 qualifier here.
Okay.
Major Charlie D versus Opsy Pal. This is the loser side top 8 qualifier. Yeah.
Man, this is going to be a heater set, dude. This is to qualify, bro.
This is to qualify. I will say Major Charlie D did make an upset in winner side to make it so that this would be their only set loser side they had to fight.
Right.
They did lose to Terra Luis, as we could see from the scoreboard. Shouts out to the NorCal Goat. But Opsy Pal, going to be different beasts, of course, coming through here. Charlie D trying to go ahead and get some extra damage, but bro is racking up percentage. 116, 92 on Major as well. This is one scary thing I will say is you got Steve, you got Pac-Man, and you got Ganon.
Yeah. A lot of heavy hitters for this match. If the last match was all about controlling the space and neutral, this is going to be a violent who can hit people harder match.
Honestly.
And reminder that it is game 1. There we go. The score is updated just now, so... But yeah, violent match. 2 stocks, 1 from each side going so far for this match. I'm liking what I'm seeing. We have all the kill power for Ganondorf, right? And then the same thing like you were saying for Koru, thank you, with their Nest, right? They can deal with damage, they can control the space, and they have fast buttons.
Yep, and then randomly, they'll just take a stock for the fun of it, you know?
Yeah.
Every now and again, they decide to sneeze on you, and that's going to kill.
I mean, up air, back throw. As long as you have the ways to confirm the kills, you can do it. But speaking of ways to confirm the kills, it's Steve, man.
Yeah, I will say, no ways to confirm the kill onto Pal. Bro has said, I am not getting touched. I am camping this ledge. Okay, never mind. I take it back.
You take it all back. Steve back air will do it, bro.
That is called friendly fire. That's not very friendly, to be honest.
No. But I mean, you have to realize that when you're playing with a Steve, you're just sometimes gonna get matched on.
That is true.
That's just how it works sometimes. They have the good buttons. They're gonna hit the good buttons.
They see red.
Yeah, that's exactly right. They see the
A
red.
button,
They see the
side
red of
B.
Major and the red of Charlie D here, and they're like, I gotta hit that.
And the red of the special button.
That's exactly right.
You're telling me I can hold side and special?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a command grab or a kill move? Tasty.
That being said, Major and Charlie D are in the lead so far at this point. They've been doing excellently at clearing out OPZ, right?
Yeah.
They've been trying to set up their walls and like stay alive and get the diamonds, but they just have not been able to set themselves up all that well. And I think that's kind of the flaw with Pac-Man and Steve, right? You don't really Pac-Man as an aggressive person, right? But Steve also inherently isn't super aggressive, and so they have a hard time setting up.
Yeah, they both want to find their charges. They want to get that bell and key for Pac. They want to get that diamond for Steve. At the same time, both characters, because this game just decided any zoner or like charge character is just going to have like crazy buttons.
Right.
Thankfully, you know, we are seeing some of that from Pao. When he decides to go aggro, it is nair, forward air. I am hitting that stuff fast. It is doing so much work.
Yeah, and
Ooh.
both of Southern Idaho, very high percentages at this point. Pao is doing his utmost to try and just stay alive at this point. That is one of the benefits of Pac-Man is he can live pretty much from anywhere off stage, right? But he can't do much about a Ness in his way. So we are going to get the shared stock.
Which at 135 for Pao is a scary stock to be sharing. You know, you wanted to hold on to that just in case. But
to be fair, though, I would rather be the one trying to live on Pac-Man than Steve. I think it's, especially in doubles, it's going to be way easier to live on Pac-Man. He's going to have to not get down tilted or forward tilted here.
You got down
and Major is going for the hard read up smash. And it's not going to connect, but you can already tell that they want this game now.
Hey, you know what? It is Major. Bro is an aggressive man. There's a reason why this dude has done so well inside of Eugene. And, ooh, that up air, not quite going to do it, but still.
Very good reaction in order to fast fall and to try and get the up tilt, but the up smash off the ledge is going to take it. Game 1 going to Charlie D and Major. Putting on a good show for us. That was a very swingy match. It was. They were down and they were up, and then they were down and they finally clutched up. So
I think a lot of it just came to the fact that there was no slowing down.
Yeah.
Right? You mentioned the fact that if you're Steve, if you're Pac-Man, you need that time to go ahead and set up your game plan. You need that time to charge up Bell. You need that time to charge up Diamonds. Meanwhile, Ness Ganon, they have one mode. Go.
Yep. That is exactly right. Going into game 2 here, speaking of go, they're just going right back to PS2, which, I mean, I got to respect it. If everybody's a PS2 enjoyer, then
well, I think alongside that, you know, this is the longest stage in the game. This is the biggest one in the game. You go ahead, if you're a setup character, you want that time to kind of wall out and take a moment, but you aren't getting a moment thus far. Major finally getting the first hit right there, and Charlie D coming in and just saying, hey, I know you got those Steve combos, not today, not in doubles.
Yeah, and I mean, Major and Charlie D are doing so good at holding Southern Idaho at the ledge. I mean, they've been pretty much playing almost all this game just at this right side of the stage, right? And OPZ having to really struggle to get center.
Yeah, did kind of try for a moment with that minecart into the TNT, but it actually allowed Major to go ahead and regain stage control, allowing Charlie D to also break out. So kind of a backfiring moment there when you tried to get the kill, right?
Right. Charlie D having almost no damage on him actually right now. So it's probably because of the TNT. Wait,
I didn't even think of that. Oh my lord.
That is actually really huge in this set now, right? Because one of the things that Steve's like doing is they want to set up the TNT traps, right? Especially at ledge, especially if they're in a 1v1 situation. But Ness can kind of just negate that whole setup.
Yeah, if you ever pop out that TNT and you aren't ready to stop Ness from absorbing it, that is a lot of health to get back. That being said, that up smash did not quite work for Major's favor, and that did cause for that Anvil to take the stock there. Now, we got, look at that, Pao and Opsy bouncing off of each other, that nair, the up air. This was those fast buttons that I mentioned earlier, and they worked for a while, but you know what? Charlie D saying, hold up, I'm that guy.
And that's just one of those random kill moves that you were talking about earlier, where he can just randomly falling up there, and if you're at a high enough percent, the sits and doubles, you take more damage, more knockback. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
that's how it works. So now it is Major having to start and try and play his life here. He has a lot of high percent. That being said, I'm not seeing a whole lot of kill power coming out from POW and OPZ, right? Like,
Yeah.
they just have not been able to get themselves set up in a way that
I mean,
benefits them.
it speaks volumes when you see like the highest person on here is Major at 165, right? The next being POW at that 104. Given they're doing a good job and finally finds it with that forward air spike, but at the same time, Charlie D up to 41%. They could very well be dropping POW stock here as well. Major just not quite securing that that edge guard the way he wanted.
Rough situation there for OPZ. He's going to have to get down smashed by the Ness. And now it's going to be a 1v1 this time. Again, it's going to be OPZ instead of POW having to clutch up.
Yeah, and not the percent that you want to be seeing either.
I
Almost
like
got
that play. Has to go for the up B here. He has no more iron either. Oh, but the stage spike, that should do it unless he lands on the block. But no, the Ganon down air, that is going to finish it out.
Yeah.
2-0.
Major and Charlie D, they just know what they're doing. And I think some of that comes from just like, you know, these aren't characters that Major and Charlie D are unfamiliar with, right? Like, you have JD. Surprising enough, this is one of the few places where you are going to get that Pac-Man experience, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's POW at regionals and nationals, or if it's JDV, right? And so JDV is right there, ready for you to go ahead, take advantage of. And then alongside that, Steve, you know, maybe not quite as uncommon of a character.
Yeah, you can find him pretty much anywhere you look. I know there's a really good Steve down in southern Idaho as well that people have been trying to practice against, as well as Spire here in the Palouse that JDV and, not JDV, excuse me, Charlie D and Major have had the experience of playing. So.
Yeah. So either way, you got plenty of places to go ahead and get that experience from, and it came through, it showcased. And of course, that means they are going to be going into loser side, top 8. Now, I do want to also give a little bit of a shout out to none other than the one, the only ICCU Idaho Credit Union.
We love to see it, man. Hey, as somebody who has gone through a number of banks trying to find a good spot to be like, yes, I feel stable here. I want to invest my money in a good portfolio. ICCU is the place that's got you.
They're the place that got you.
So
on the other side, I mean, hey, you got as low as $20 for fiber?
Dude.
Bro, Zipfly.
Ziply is one of the greatest internet provider companies in the Pacific Northwest. If you haven't already, go check them out. See if they're in your region. Fiber plans starting as low as $20 a month, like you were saying.
Dude.
Bro, that's a steal.
That's a steal.
That's a steal. And
Xfinity's been scamming me. I literally just had to pay $40 when I'm not using their internet anymore. Ziply won't do that to you.
Hey, it's not like we can throw shade, but Xfinity, this is a call out.
This is a call out
for you guys. But
meanwhile, call out to you, Idaho boys. Come on, show up, pull up at Good Manners and Customs too. Don't let the Utah crowd come and kick your rears again, because you know we're pulling up. You know we're gonna go win that, whether it's Rivals, whether it's Ultimate, Street Fighter. Okay, we're probably not winning Street Fighter, Tekken, but we're winning Rivals and Ultimate.
Hey.
As long as Creed comes, Creed will win Rivals.
Creed will definitely win Rivals. It's been a hot minute since I've seen Creed, bro. I love that guy.
Dude, Creed, they are insane.
They're
It's actually kind of a, it's a problem. We need to get rid of that box for Rivals, just for my sake. that box is gross.
I play on box, though. I like playing on box, though.
Play on keyboard.
Playing on a keyboard? All right, you know what? That's respectable, because that means that you just can't afford peripherals, but you're still go to the game.
Yeah, because my thing is like the box has, if I'm not mistaken, I haven't gone full in. I was just talking the other day to Mata about this, to like, and I was planning on talking to Temp, because I know Temp uses keyboard.
Yeah.
He's returning to like his Smash Flash route.
Yeah. Shouts out Smash Flash 2. Go to
Nasty, go to game. But like in my mind, because if I'm not mistaken, keyboard doesn't have the same capabilities as box.
Correct.
And so at that point, use keyboard. It's built in there. They also have it built into where multiple people can use keyboard now for Rivals 2.
That is impressive.
Where Rivals 1, they didn't have it. They made sure specifically to add it for Rivals 2.
Yeah, and I mean, there was a really strong showing for keyboard players, actually, because the game was so easily accessible and cheap on Steam, right? Anybody could play, but even if you didn't have a controller, you're just playing your keyboard, right?
Exactly.
And so that's where all the keyboards showed up.
But yeah, that's my personal opinion. Box, just there's too many like very like specific movement interactions that you get, and it's like having that precision that's broken. Krieg's still nasty, don't get me wrong. Like Luca is crazy good. There's a reason why they're like tearing it up, both Smash Ultimate and inside of Rivals, you know.
That is a hot
So.
debate. That's way out of my pay league. I don't get paid the big bucks
not
to
out of my
debate
pay
whether or
league.
not you can bring a box to a tournament, unfortunately. So,
Unfortunately, it is literally part of my job. Well, not job, but unfortunately, you know, part of the... Why do I sign up to have responsibilities?
dude, that's what I'm saying. Put her there, bro. I
it's a
hate being in
problem.
charge.
Amen, brother. Speaking of in charge, Temp is actually the head of the Rivals of Aether 2 PR panel in
Okay.
Utah. We just finished setting that up and everything. He's the head. I'm one of the 5 members.
Right on.
And then, unfortunately, I decided to be the head of the safety panel, which was a decision and a half.
What is it? Safety, like, bro, don't destroy your hands, or like?
Code of conduct.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
If it was like, hey, you should like stretch your hands, that would be great.
yeah, that seems
it
more
would
like a
literally be
trainer
like-
than it does a.
It would literally be me like, hey, you should be careful for your hands, and they'd be like, no. And I'm like, all right, well, nothing I can do.
Hey, speaking of hard on the hands, bro, we got Vi and Fizment on the setup here. This is going to be a good set.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I
So-
will say, Shulk already scary.
Shulk already scary. Ken, you never see any of them, bro. You don't see any of these characters either, bro. PNW has so many
You don't
weird
see
hitters.
Ness?
No. You see Ness. You
Oh,
obviously
okay,
see
I
him.
was-
I'm talking about Fizment and Vi.
Oh, okay.
You don't ever see this
You
team.
don't see Shulk. You don't see Ken, and you don't see Shulk with Ken.
That's exactly right, man. And this is a team combo that is going to be very formidable. Shulk has the same tools that like Ike does, right, for their last set that TP and Koru had to play.
but then you also have Minato.
Now you have Minato, right? So you're just a better character.
You really are. It's like, oh, hey, so you know how he was slow?
Yeah.
No, I don't want that.
Now he's fast and hit all the damage with all the same.
And he
amount of
has a great
station, so
recovery.
That's exactly right.
It's so messed up. This character kind of cheats. Oh, and he has shield art?
Yeah,
Bro.
that's how it be. I unfortunately hear the Call of Duty coming into my thing here, so
fair.
I have to leave you here for a little bit. I will try and find somebody to sub with you. Hey, it's
Hey,
been a pleasure.
appreciate you,
If I don't
Fenrir.
commentate
You did
again,
great.
it's great meeting you.
You did wonderful.
I
Back out.
will catch you around, okay?
Hey, preach. Well, hey, you know what? Either way, stepping into this game number 1, we've got some crazy stuff going on already. Koru dropping a stock, and we got Vi almost down to that final stock as well as Fizment drops their first one. We are just sending kills back and forth. Temp, though, holding on at 155. Damage output, a little nutty, but the kill potential struggling at times. And I think part of it, well, never mind. Koru said, hey, I'm gonna throw a bone to him. A little bit of a homie stock before I take Vi's stock. You know, we gotta keep it close, keep it competitive, make it look good for the script, you know? Either way, we got Temp coming in with those back airs, the PK fires. This is kind of that damage that you expect to see. When Squirtle is on the ground running, all of a sudden, you got plenty of damage, you got plenty of combos, and already doing a great job. I see Cal coming up here. Cal, you want to sit down with me? You want to get on this mic? Hey, come in. Come in, cutie. Alrighty.
Welcome to Jerkmate Profession.
Oh my god.
Top 8 qualifier for Jerkmate's
on
crazy.
the college stream?
Absolutely. And this isn't college. This is like the main one. There's no colleges. Like, I don't know. We might be out of college, but we're making the collage.
I mean, we're sponsored by the college.
And by several, like actual companies.
Yeah, like a credit union and an
Okay.
internet company.
Yeah, but who watches dubs? Yeah, who watches dubs? It's fine, bro.
True. Coming in for the Jerkmate finals.
Yeah, your Jerkmate.
We got the
Jerkmate
Power
Dog
A
Shake.
sponsorship. of
Absolutely.
Jerkmate.
Why
That's
is
crazy.
Ewan losing right now? It's fucking wild.
Because they're mid.
Dude, fuck you. Dude, you're in Ewan talking shit about him?
Yeah, are you kidding me? Utah's just better. What do
How?
you mean? What do you mean how?
Dude,
Temp took 4th at Genesis double.
there's nothing there but a lake and salt.
Yeah, so all we do is play Smash.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't even drink. They just play Smash Brothers.
That doesn't mean that Utah's good.
Send? Krieg?
I'm saying
Temporary plan?
the place
Valor,
of
who do you
Utah.
have?
You're looking at him. You're looking at him right now. Okay. Who did
You have Jet the Jenga God. That's
that is Fire the Pyro, the content creator. I don't know why you would say
You
that.
have a content creator / commentator. as your
exactly, and
best-
J-Mook right there. Like, look at
hey,
that.
You do have. You know what? J-Mook is hot.
Crazy. Actually, he is kind of hot.
Everybody says that. You kidding me? J-Mook is like the absolute epitome. Because he could play Smash and be a nerd and everything.
No.
No,
No, he
he's
can't do
the
that.
coolest,
He can't do
most
that.
based guy on this planet, and he's a sweetheart.
Based on what? Based on what?
Based on how amazing he is when I've met him.
Huh?
He's a sweetheart. Have you met him?
I've never met a Melee player. Like, I met Cody today. That was pretty cool.
You met Amsa.
Uh,
You had Amsa to your event.
I spoke 2 words to him the whole time, and that was hi, how do you do? That
No,
was it.
you also said congrats.
Yeah, I said hi, and here you go.
Here's your trophy.
So funny, dude.
Here's your flowers, babe.
Yeah. No, because I, like, didn't even know I was just, like, I thought that the TO and Melee would, like, handle it, and then he was like, no, Cal, you got to do it. I was like, why? Well, just because I'm daddy doesn't mean I need to give him his flowers.
No. It's not the same if you don't get your flowers from daddy.
Greedy Melee player. Ugh. I want a greedy alt player to give money to. That feels like the way to me.
Bro really hit him with the
Okay, on this map, what's the best place to smoke fentanyl?
like leaning up against the tree stump while KK Slider is playing.
Nook's Cranny feels like a crazy place to do.
Nook's
Like,
Cranny.
yeah. Fent, like in the bathroom with Nook's Cranny would go insane. Absolutely. Or like Town Hall, like
Dude, they
right
put
next
us
to
on
it.
top 8. You put us on top 8. This was you
No.
made a decision.
No. I just came in because there was no one here. It was like,
No.
A
I'm
yin
saying
JOI.
singles.
huh?
We're on singles top 8 together.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a fun block.
Yeah. There's gonna be a lot of talk about drugs and cocaine. It's gonna be. Oh my God, we're winning. Oh no, not.
No, you're not.
Damn it.
You thought. See, you even sounded surprised. You're like, "What do you mean for sure we're losing?"
Shut
And
the
then you're like,
fuck-
"Wait,
okay.
we're winning? Oh
Sa-
my god!"
Sounded, but okay, I don't sound
We
like that. I
did
sound like a man.
I sound like a man.
I sound like I'll make a man. Oh, dude,
Out
see?
of you.
See, Fizman's better than your whole fucking region. Fizman plays Sen and Sen shits his pants.
Yeah,
And
because
I
he
love
plays
Spencer.
Ness.
Yeah, exactly. And guess what? Vi would also beat him. Vi's never, like, beaten
Vi
a Ness
ha-
in his life, but
Vi has
it's
never
fine.
lost a cent.
No, never. And he would never.
Because they'll never play, because Vi will never make it far enough in bracket.
How fucking dare you? He got second at the big one. You didn't even
What's
see
the-
the big one?
That's true. He did get second at the big one.
Yeah, no, it's called the big one and you don't know about it?
It was the big one.
You're fucking oh, dude, that should have been a down tilt. But again, Iwa
They
looks
spent
way
too
better
much
than
money
Utah.
on the players than me.
Huh?
They spent too much money on the players that they couldn't give me, unfortunately.
They gave me $1 million just to sit down with you, and I almost didn't take it.
Wow, that I don't blame you.
Oh, Yin?
I'm kind of the worst.
Really? It's like,
That guy?
are you sure? Like, could it be someone else?
He's kind of queer. I'm pretty sure.
Could it be Lentini instead?
Oh, so you'll trade the bi guy for the completely gay dude? Makes sense. I
yeah.
hate straight people.
Yeah, bye guy. Like, bye-bye. Bye-bye guy.
More like bye-bye. You could be by yourself.
Yeah, bye. Go away.
Have I okay, when
What?
the first interaction I had with Wolfie Scratch,
Yeah.
he was like wearing the queer flag, of course, as he does at a Crown 2.
Happens.
And
And
I made
someone
it.
punched him in the chest because it's Utah.
Somebody just kills him on the spot. No, I was like, yo, I'm queer too. And I was like, yeah, I'm bi too. I'm bi. And he's like, well, then you could be by yourself. And he walks off.
Dude,
That's
I
the
love that
first
saying.
interaction I had with him.
Dude, I love it when like people who are gay are like super homophobic because it's just really funny.
It is.
Also, like, I don't know. Like, have you seen Monster House? I understand why people are homophobic.
I
Like,
haven't
houses
seen
can be
it.
so crazy. You haven't seen Monster House?
No.
That's insane.
I haven't
dude.
seen a lot of shows and movies.
Have you seen SpongeBob?
No.
What? Actually?
My parents don't love me.
That doesn't matter. SpongeBob.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
It literally does. It
How
means
do I follow that up to? Yeah, no, my parents don't care about anything that I do. So
no,
what's the
not just
weather
they
like?
don't care about me. It's that they wouldn't do anything that would show love.
Oh my God, he's better. Also, by the way, you are dead. Yeah,
That's your stage pick.
dude.
On the counter pick, Utah wins.
Utah more like Puta. I'm actively talking shit about your state, region,
hey,
and
that's
your
a
name.
swear.
Huh?
That's a swear. Puta.
Shit. Shit.
Damn it!
Puta? I know what that means. That's Spanish.
It means Spanish in Spanish.
Dude, one of the pool captains, like, keep like, or like as a joke, like they keep like walking up and like shoving a mic in my face.
Yeah.
I keep like taking it, turning it on, and then coughing into it like loudly.
That's awesome.
I know. It's not even a bit.
I
It's
love
like me
that.
trying to get everyone sick because it goes into the mic and spreads out. Like,
Yeah,
through
yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah, yeah.
But unfortunately, almost nobody is wearing masks, which would make them more likely to get sick.
Oh, the Utah. Yeah, no, the Utah education's coming right back out.
They knew.
Masks don't work.
Dude.
Not at all.
Do you remember?
Only femmes work.
Do you remember at
Get it?
Keep It Chill?
Get it?
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey.
Don't look me in the eye. Yeah, uncomfy.
What's wrong? Look me in the eye.
Go on. No, don't want to.
You remember? I think it was Keep It Chill.
Yeah.
When we like sang the national anthem for Major versus JDV.
So fucking funny.
And then we also had the JD Vance cheer for JDV.
JD Vance. JD Vance.
Well, and then, like,
yeah, that was so funny.
JD
Vance.
And afterwards, he came up to us and he's like, "That is gonna not be funny if he wins." It's so much funnier, actually.
Absolutely.
Sad. It's so much sadder, but it is still so much funnier.
No, it's actually horrific that happened, but now, like,
the cheer is so much funnier now.
well, not only is it funnier, but we can use it longer because, like,
we get 4 years of that
VP
chant.
of a candidate is like the most unnotable thing if you lose. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It's like, oh, cool.
We would have all forgotten it.
Oh, cool. So you're a secondary loser, you fucking idiot. Like, what?
You couldn't even be the main loser.
Like, dude, step it up. Like, honestly, you're doing something wrong. Dude, air dodge straight through that. Fizman's better than everyone here.
Unfortunately, he's from Iwa, so he can't be.
You guys are racist, dude.
I am.
Wow.
What can I say? I hate white people.
Iwa.
He's just not better.
Oh my god!
Oh, he made it back.
Did you see that stall
Dang.
with the Monado arts? Dude, he's such an artist, man. I do things to him, man.
You do things with that fizz.
I'm fizzing my mint right now. I'm fizzing my mint.
I
Wait.
fizz on my mint till I buy.
Dude, nice. Sounds viable to me.
That's what I'm saying. I will say you're losing right now.
Whenever like Vi does anything, his girlfriend's like usually there.
Oh, it's his
Always there.
His girlfriend's going to be in the crowd listening
No.
to us talk about how we're going to fizz our mint till we buy.
No, it's crazy because she's always there, and I'll just like Vi will like win a set. I'll like point at her and look at her and be like, I get it, and I do it after every set. Every set he wins, I do it, and she goes, okay. It's like nice.
I
dude.
get why you're with him.
Exactly. It's just so hot the way he down tilts 7 times into like your shield just explodes.
That's how I feel about Temp.
Yeah,
Did you know he's engaged?
he's Mormon. Yeah.
Fair. You
But-
know,
but I
he
don't
came
even
back
have
from
to
his
guess.
mission and he's Mormon, so yeah, of course he is.
Makes sense.
And he goes to BYU. Like, he's just engaged for sure.
Yeah, that is like thug soaker central for sure.
You know, he brought his fiance and his fiance's sister on the trip with him.
Fiance's sister.
Yeah.
To this?
To this.
Why the fuck would you bring them? To
I don't know.
Really, like a gaming convention?
I don't know.
That sounds horrific. Be like, hey, babe.
Temp's like, hey, I'm really good at Smash. And she's like, that's hot. I don't know. I don't know how that
Only
works.
boys say that. That's insane. Girls can say that too.
Apparently, girls say that too, you know.
Someone said it to
We're
me like
breaking-
one
we're
time, and
breaking
I
the
thought
misogyny wall.
like that was an insult. I was like, what the fuck do you mean by that? No, what do you mean by hot? Fucking crazy.
That's insane. Why would you say that about them?
Don't say I'm hot, or else I'll actually like take off a sweater. You know? It's
Well,
like,
hey, you're getting hot.
yeah, no, I'm sweating right now.
Yeah,
This
take it
venue's
off.
way
Take
too
it-
hot.
Hey, camera's right here. Trident's waiting. Aw, he loves you so much.
Yeah.
He's so. Oh, it's okay. He's so caring and loving. I'm Miss Trident. I don't get this.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Don't say that. I don't want the host to
Stop.
know.
Oh,
Stop.
Hit the water bottle over it.
Dude, wait. The water bottle flip right now.
You're
Oh, with no cap?
no cap, bottle flip right now. Oh my gosh, we're a fucking problem.
Yeah, man. We're like,
Bleach and Hydro are gonna come up in here and be like, "Hey, see these rules."
I want them to try to stop me from talking. I want to see them try.
They can't stop a casting director.
Hell no. I'd be directing casts all the time. Call me a fisherman.
Dude, I'm actually so sad that you had to drop from Eugene Bound for one reason. I gave you and Arbiter a block together
Yeah.
just because I wanted to see how unhinged it would be. I'm not kidding.
What's happening today?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You do. Oh my lord.
Yeah,
that's
no,
gonna
it
be
is happening
beautiful.
today.
Thank the Lord. Also, you guys are losing.
Yeah, but Fizman? Don't fall. Ah. Also, I've seen a Trident naked. It's so impressive.
Oh, I believe it. He's been Yeah,
Huh?
Fizman's facial hair is beautiful.
Honestly,
Dude.
yeah. Yeah, like
He's
he's
gonna
like
be
from
the-
The Walking Dead, and he's like, yeah.
Unfortunately, he is Ginger, so he can't be the main character. He's gonna die in 2 seasons.
Oh, dude, you can't say that word.
I could say that word.
Oh no, he's
I'm
almost
lower
dead.
on the tier list of excluded people.
That's crazy. Yeah, no, it's like a caste system.
Yeah, I'm more oppressed than Ginger, so I get to say Ginger. That's how it works.
Utah popped off at Beak Bonk for the top 8 qualifier.
That's crazy.
By the way, they're the 3 seed.
They are.
I take up the whole camera here.
You do. Here. I'll give you more of it. You need more of it. Oh, what?
Sorry.
What
Sorry,
was your
I'm just-
answer to the one question, by the way?
I'm just so nervous right now.
I've asked you the question, right? The would
Which
you
one?
rather?
No, but you should ask me that now.
Do you know what the would you rather is?
No, but you should say it now.
Oh, I don't know if I can say it on stream.
Then why would you
That's
ask me
how
that?
insane it. Well, I was wondering if you'd answer.
What's your favorite slur?
Hey, say it on the count of 3.
1, 2, 3. Pussy. Couldn't even say it.
Look,
Couldn't even say
I'm
it.
not saying it because the stream will get banned. I could say it. I
I
wouldn't
don't
get
care.
banned.
It's not my stream. Oh, cool. Oh, cool. Oh, cool. They have sponsors? Not anymore. Hell no.
Just throwing slurs to ruin the sponsors.
What? Big Daddy Nom
yeah,
Nom.
Big Daddy
yeah.
Nom. Oh, he be nomming. He be nom-nomming. Oh, no. We're
Oh, I just got here.
now that he's here, it's done.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Joel. Oh, yeah. Hit that shit.
Hit it.
Pants off next time.
Pants off next. Nah, so they put me on with him. This is a dangerous thing.
It is really dangerous.
This
because-
is just a prequel to what we're going to do later.
Yeah, we're going to jerk each other off on camera. You are my jerk mate.
I'm your jerk mate. Yes, Daddy.
Wait.
He'll hit it. He'll hit it one of these days. Do that to me now.
Chat, press 1 if you've been to McDonald's before. Press 2 if you didn't pay your taxes yet. Press 3 if you think yen. And press 4 if you don't think yen.
Oh, shit.
Press 5 if you like pressing the letter 5. And press 6 if you don't think it's a letter.
Jesse.
Jesse,
Jesse, we need to make Fent, Jesse.
Jesse, I need your body, Jesse.
I need your body, Jesse.
Jesse, come here. Hello.
I need your body, Jesse.
Selfie.
Best selfie of my life.
Oh, wait. No, we gotta take a selfie, though.
Oh, true. We do got to take a selfie.
Selfie. Hey, chat.
Chad,
do
do you
want
want
to
to look at the selfie?
Look at the selfie.
It was really good.
Yeah.
I think it really encapsulates us.
Encapsulates.
Encapsulates.
Yeah.
I'm an English major.
English. English.
Do that to me.
What? What? What did
He
say?
said what? Hit up Keemstar. Let
This
him know
guy's
the drama.
bi, everybody.
True. I am of the bi.
Of the bi. Yeah, like it's just tribe.
I could try, but you know that.
I could try, but I'm like,
Why would I?
dude, it's crazy my hair can do this. Press 7 if you don't. You look moody as fuck. You emo boy. My
Not a
parents-
phase, Mom.
It's not a phase, dude. I can actually do that.
Dude.
Wait, so are we like gonna have sets on stream?
No, all sets are off stream.
Also, thoughts on the JOI?
JOI.
Yes or no? No? Right, chat. The production said yes on the JOI, so we'll be doing that
Say
soon.
yes to the JOI. We will be doing that.
Yeah.
This is true. This is true. We'll be-
Press 8 if you know what that is, and press 9
I
if
see
you Google
Bleach
that.
walking around just looking at us.
Dude, Bleach actually beat my ass one time. And that's not in the game. He looked at me and punched me straight in my thigh and said, that could be like, oh my God, that was a crazy read right there. Charlie D versus all of Idaho, who wins?
Charlie D.
Actually, yeah, probably. I
Yeah.
don't know. Does he beat Bluka? I don't know.
Yes.
Does he beat Pow?
Ooh, that. Okay. Pal and Obz might have him. but he beats Bluka.
Bluka's really fucking good.
Bluka is really good. But also, I'm just a big
Have you
believer in
seen
Charlie
Bluka?
D. Yeah.
Have you seen Bluka's shit,
Yes.
dude? Bluka's so damn good.
Bro acts like I don't watch Smash.
He doesn't watch Smash.
I do.
You don't watch Smash
I
ever.
watch so
I've
much
never seen you
Smash.
watch Smash, not even now.
It's because you don't come to my house.
I've tried like one time, but like the door was locked. And
I
it was like
told
4
you.
a.m.
I want you to come in through the window.
I came in not through the window, but I did.
You gave it something.
I just wanted to look, honestly.
Dude, this morning at breakfast, it was really funny because all of my friends within Utah Smash think that I'm just a fucking psycho
Yeah.
when it comes to innuendos,
I agree.
which I am.
I agree.
But then we get to like breakfast because we're having breakfast with JDB and
Oh, look, a
Lentini.
sausage.
And immediately Lentini's
Sausage and
doing
eggs?
it too.
I'll take 2.
I'll take 2. No, but Lentini's immediately dropping innuendos and they're like, oh, it's all casters.
Every single caster does that, and I think I kind of am the worst at that.
Yeah,
I can't stop myself.
you can't.
Like,
I put up numbers. I think I'm number 2, but I still think there's a distance.
yeah.
I still think there's a distance
You know,
between me and you.
it's just me, honestly.
It really, the rest
And
of us
everyone else.
combined is how
Hit
it
that.
hits you.
Hey, Bran, hit that fucking thug shake real quick. Yeah.
Oh shit,
Dude, he's just so fucking hot, dude.
he is. Good
Huh?
luck. Dude, look at fucking. Even with like, dude grows a beard, he doesn't need it. Look at that, like, that chin, shit.
The best part about Trident is that like he gives the best hugs too. Like when I
oh
hug
my
him,
God.
like I actually feel something, like
Real.
a connection.
It's so
Who?
warm. Oh, Tara Louise. So we're into top 8.
Oh, wait, Nasta's trying to commentate.
Yeah, isn't? Aren't we supposed to switch at top 8?
Nasta,
Nasta, are you on for top 8? You're.
are you doing top 8? Who's
who
your
was
partner?
supposed to be with you?
Oh yeah, no, I'll go grab him.
Oh, we should be switching casters. No, I don't hear you. Not through the headphones. I did hear him through my ears.
I didn't hear him at all. What?
Daddy.
It's Big Daddy.
It's Big Daddy to you, damn it!
Ah!
That's why we
I
can't. have
can't
nice
do
things.
this anymore.
All right. Yo, production. We should probably send a break to switch to the top 8 casters.
I'll cry. I'll cry
realize.
if we don't switch.
He's gonna cry.
I'm gonna cry loudly.
He's gonna cry if we don't switch.
and
But also
swear.
he's gonna cry.
I'll do it. I will
he's gonna
swear
cry
right now.
in bed
No.
tonight
No.
with your mom.
Yes.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Beak Bonk 2025 doubles top 8 here for y'all, for those doubles fans. About to see some Beak doubles. I'm joined here with amazing Asda. How you doing?
All right, it's good to be here. I'm doing great. And we're just jumping right in with Terra and Lumi Money versus Demon and Random M&K. And these two teams have been storming through winners on, I believe, both of their respective pools. And we're just going to see the clash right now. Just getting right into it.
Yeah, I'm a little bit more familiar with Terra and Luis. Demon and Random Muck? Is that how it's?
I believe it's pronounced Random MNK. Like
Okay.
The letter
Are you a little bit more
specifically.
familiar with those players by chance?
Not exactly.
Not
no.
exactly. Okay. I was hoping.
But the first time I've seen him is on this tournament, so I'm glad to see at least new faces to the Palouse here. And they've been doing great, putting in work in doubles here with the Game & Watch Sephiroth, pulling in those wins versus a very established team in the PNW, Terra and Louis Money.
Yeah, like in terms of like I was talking about names and familiarity, and we're in winners semis right now, and from the look of it, taking that first stock there on Luis, already off to a pretty solid start. You know, in doubles is a pretty explosive format. We can certainly see a shift, but looking pretty solid.
Ooh, and Terra getting that kill on I actually don't know which one is which. On Mr. Game & Watch.
On Mr. Game & Watch.
Mr. Game & Watch.
Yeah, unfortunately the tags are not matching up, and because I also don't have familiarity with these players, I'm a little struggle bus over there.
We're going in blind.
Yeah, but I will just say, on the red team, they were able to take a stock in the beginning. Now we're seeing a little bit more catch up there on the Terra Luis side, especially with that cleanup there. 2-2.
The Explosive Flame actually taking out Luis's own teammate.
It tends to happen time to time, like due to the chaos of everything.
What a chaotic format, especially with so many projectiles flying around. Everybody here has something to do at range, and they're just all going to be flying around.
Like, I would say, like, usually you're kind of hoping that it ends up being more positive than negative in terms of how those interactions go.
Yeah.
But it is how it is. Like, sometimes you can only communicate so much because you don't want to let the other doubles team know what's going on, too. So.
Right. Sometimes you just take what you can get.
Ooh, what a catch there
Great
from
catch by
Luis.
Luis.
Oh, my. And it's looking a little bit more rough here for our, new friends here on the red team.
Yeah, after just 3 minutes down a whole 2 stocks, an uphill battle awaits them here in winners.
Okay. Ooh. I'm seeing a little bit of scrap in here. What a catch there on Luis. Evening
Really
it
clean
up.
follow-up.
Okay, but still have another stock to deal with here. I feel like Terra's going to do a pretty good job at tanking that stock, so you got to be careful.
Yeah, I've noticed that Luis and Terra have been alternating playing at pretty specific ranges here. Like right now, actually, they're keeping the other team away from each other so that the advantage of Game & Watch and Sephiroth doesn't compound. But that up smash is going to take it for Terra's second stock. But it is the 2v1 here, and we are looking pretty rough on percent right now.
And on top of all that, Sephiroth, big character, light character. And with that up
and we're just going to see it right there.
Like, I'm not even surprised. So it's one of those things where, like, you see, like, this big boss character, big sword and everything, but in terms of, like, the weight difference, Sephiroth dies pretty quickly.
Like, Sephiroth is a weird kind of glass cannon sort of deal where, like, it's hard to get in on him, but once you do, it's quite easy to take advantage of him.
Like, you definitely need that trade-off there. If Sephiroth was heavy, ooh,
baby.
Yeah, that would be a whole different deal.
Just going right to small. Getting a little bit more close quarters than PS2 here.
All right, are we sticking with the same composition? Oh, a little thinking going on. Wait a minute.
Ooh, we're switching to Bayo. I don't think I've seen the Bayo yet here.
All right, I'm thinking about it. I'm trying to see a little thought process. With Bayo, you can kind of smother one of your opponents there, really keeping that kind of 1v1 format. But in doubles, it's kind of a trade-off there because you're also leaving your teammate out in the dust during those interactions. So it's really going to come down to that synergy here. We do see both players on separate sides here, kind of fighting their own battles, slowly converging here now.
Then again, Bayo is a bit more of a mobile character than Mr. Game & Watch, so she is able to come in and save Sephiroth if she needs to.
Just not there.
Wow, what an off-stage interaction by Luis. Like, Luis's awareness in this format, especially in doubles, is just out of this world.
Like, Luis has to be somewhere in that, like, top 10 of doubles players.
Absolutely.
I'll be, like, in terms of the comps, in terms of the, like, performances. And also, like, I would say for the Pacific Northwest, and, like, we're over here in, you know, Idaho, so we're a little further out that, but I would still say, you know, slightly included. We have some pretty crazy dubs players in this region.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm remembering Send Luis from Don't Park. They did an absolutely amazing run there. I believe they got second.
Yeah, Send and
losing
Luis
to
have
one team.
played so much in like dubs and have performed so well. But I've also seen Luis play with quite a few different players. We're seeing it right now, doing pretty solid here with Terra. Demon and Random Mook kind of struggling right now. Not looking as good as the first game here. Able to get that clean up, but it's still relatively even, and I feel like the momentum is still going in Terra Luis' favor.
Yeah, Luis and Terra are just taking this space so well, making it super hard for either of them to cover for the other.
All right, Terra got a really good grab here. I like the parry, trying to control the position. Luis
Struggling.
Oh,
There's a
no.
back air on Sephiroth. What a great reversal there.
A really solid
The
option
up tilt.
here.
It's just going to take that stock right back. Yeah, this team cannot get any leverage here. They're not allowing it.
Okay, good carry here. I like Luis kind of playing up here, able to catch with the nair. Terra in the back to try to catch any other sort of option there. Oh, but we see Bayonetta able to squeeze on through here, trying
Jumping
to deal
in.
with Luis. Oh, what a parry, and suddenly things are kind of reset here.
Oh, wait, the forward throw on Bayo is going to make the positioning a little bit difficult here.
Okay.
Sephiroth able to get back to ledge. He's
Okay,
trying his
Terra's
best
still
to
able to get
hold
back.
ledge.
That was the stock you really needed to take, and Terra able to clean up afterwards. That has to feel rough because Terra's also tanking a stock right now. Okay, could this be a pick?
barely staying alive there.
Oh, what
Oh,
a
and
catch.
catching. Wow.
All right, waiting for the moment here. Luis, are you out of here? Yes,
Ooh,
you
clean
are.
Conversion from After Hours. I'm just going to refer to it as that.
Man, Luis so quick to take the stock there in the scenario, putting Terra in a really scary position at 160. Going to be boxed out a little bit. Need to get rid of that Sephiroth ASAP.
Terra finding a little bit of ground, but Starboy is able to get in there and get that poke in there. Luis on his own against 2 high % opponents here. Can he clean up the 2v1?
All right,
Oh, and
good
their
catch.
synergy is just going wild right now. The up smash covering everything.
Oh, wow.
What a great 2v1.
Like, look at
Demon
that
and
freeze
random MNK.
The perfect spacing there.
That was a beautiful, beautiful execution of synergy right there. And I think, like, even though Luis and Terra are super established players, they do need to watch out about this sort of talent, this sort of synergy, this aggression that they're displaying right now. I believe that the Bayo pick was the right answer there, just getting that extra mobility, that extra sustain for the team.
Yeah, it seemed like a pretty good pick here. Hopefully it will keep up in this next round here. I don't think we're going to see any character switches over on the Luis Terra side. They're playing their kind of tried and true here. Good characters in neutral. Good characters in doubles, especially Palutena really being able to kind of get a lot of confirms off of other character throws with the up smash, as well as just like being able to catch people with nair. You're able to kind of control the moment for a little longer.
Yep, and especially Luis is taking big advantage of invincible options like dash attack and back air. He's just keeping the battlefield in his possession. And that sequence by Terra and Louis Money is just, it just goes to show why these characters are so dominant in this format.
All right, I like the parry into trying to help your teammate. Right now, Starboy, or I don't know who this is. It's one of the people there on the team. Looking a little rough there for a second. Okay, gotta get the interception here. I like the dash attack, getting a little bit more control. Luis going deep. Terra able to secure the stock here. All right.
Going back to ledge. Louis Money in a tough situation here, just being off stage for that good amount. But it looks very peaceful right now, actually. it was really calm just then. Yeah, we're looking at a pretty neutral state right now. After Hours is just in the air, though.
All right, a little separate battle here, kind of going to the center stage. Okay, good catch here for the Sephiroth, trying to set up for a back air. All right, the dash attack.
Ooh, the air dodge is going to make an SD for After Hours here.
Those are pretty rough stocks to lose. Terra does lose that first stock here, but the stock lead still exists, even with Luis at a pretty high percent, could still definitely get some extra value.
Ooh, Luis catching that regrab by After Hours here. He is just being a terror off stage this game.
All right. Terra with the grab there, going for the dash attack, and now we're looking over on the left side. Luis has to get back here. Okay, I like the switch up there on targets, but unfortunately, no, that's your teammate. You don't want to hit your teammate with the dash attack.
Ooh, and that conversion by both Demon and Random NK. They, like, when they're together, they're a force to be reckoned with, but it seems like Terra and Luis are splitting them up very well, and that back throw is going to take it, just going to take the stock trade there while they're up.
Yeah, once again, we see Terra there sitting at a pretty high percent, having to be kind of the stock tank here. Sephiroth at higher percent, Bayonetta looking solid here. Luis in scary spot, has to try to get the recovery here, able to make it back, goes for the teleport there, but caught by the Bayonetta over on the other side, not able to get away.
Ooh, caught both of them in the sequence.
All right. Oh, watch out for
After Hours,
the smash attack for
continuing.
sure.
Like, it seems like Luis has been more comfortable in taking care of After Hours when he's off stage. But okay, here is the 2v1 here, just gonna, yep, just keep Bayo in the air. Ooh, but After Hours trying to get that momentum back, taking ledge here.
Oh,
Ooh, great grab, great grab.
that was kind of lost in the chaos there. Good parry there from Terra, not able to get the full punish, but the nair into the forward tilt. Good control here, should be able to intercept this. Ooh,
Yep,
what
just
an
taking
interesting
it
option.
so slow, but the down tilt to back air is gonna take it for Terra and Luis here. 2-1 in this best of 5 set.
Too bad for you.
Yeah, so it's really getting down to the wire here. Could be the end of this team's winners run. Luis Terra being a real threat here. Probably one of the higher seeded teams in this bracket, if I had to guess.
Exactly. They are here to win it big time. They are here to hold their own here. And while Demon and Random MNK are holding their own, they are also... Oh, wait, did we see the switch back to Game & Watch here?
We did see the switch back to Game & Watch. I'm having mixed feelings here, given how the Bayonetta was doing pretty solid. What are your thoughts on that?
We did go to Battlefield, though. This might be a good decision, but I also am feeling mixed on this switch. The Game & Watch was getting a bit smothered by the combined force of Terra and Luis in Game 1. But we're going to see if the team Demon and Random MK have come up with a different strategy for the Game & Watch. That's also always possible. And
Yep.
just like that, Starboy getting that stock on Terra, kind of mitigating that stock tanking that we've been seeing for the past few games.
All right. Oh, what a double parry there from Terra in that situation. Like, I feel like we're already seeing...
We're taking a stock early. Wow.
Oh, man. I was about to say, it was looking a little better for Red Team here. It was looking similar to last time. But unfortunately, it's looking a little too similar to last time.
Things are happening incredibly quickly here.
All right. Sephiroth going low, Game & Watch opting for the Palutena here. A little bit of a separation, going for the down air. Oh, a little
The get-up
unfortunate
attack
trade.
displacing Luis here. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge to get back into position, and we're seeing the effects of that happen right now. Both Demon and Random MK are controlling stage here. They have access to all the platforms right now, but they are going to be pushed out just now.
All right,
The back air
that's
not quite taking it.
man. Got to be careful with the stock tank here. If you're Sephiroth, though, you don't want to have your other teammate get it too smothered. All right, but able to get a value here, going for the down air,
The down
quite
air is
risky.
going to extend this offstage interaction, giving more time for the other 1v1 to take place. But Terra is going to take it out with Forest Bro there.
Oh, what a catch there. Still able to get the value from the up smash, daring the explosive flame. I like seeing that kind of like, you know, hey, we'll take this trade. It's going to work out.
Catch Terra off guard, off stage there. And we're going to see red team up on stocks for the first time since game 2.
Yeah, it's relatively close here on both sides. But just give it one moment here, just looking for that opening. All right, we see Sephiroth able to get a little of an opening, but it's just a little bit more scrapping. Okay, I like the vertical control that we have here. Oh, it's kind of going away in a moment's notice.
We're seeing Terra struggling to get in against Starboy here. Yeah, they're just making a wall right now. They're being impenetrable. Game & Watch up B gonna get the approach stuffed there. And they're just holding ledge right now. An absolute stalwart of a team right now.
Yeah, you have to be
Oh
really
no,
careful.
the team combo. They are gonna share stocks though.
Yeah, in terms of how high it is here on the blue team, they're not too far behind. All right, trying to get the punish there on Luis. Luis caught into
the
a
shield
shield break.
break.
Oh, where's the punish here? Going to ledge.
Keeping Terra
Oh,
away from
my.
the save on Luis there.
Going for the judgment, going for the fall call out, but able to get rid of Terra here is pretty huge. Putting Luis in this 1v2 scenario, which is going to be pretty hard to deal with. You have two characters that can really box you out.
Yep, these characters both control their space super well. They're just going to take ledge here, going for the conservative plan to just control as much space as possible. Luis struggling to get past Mr. Game & Watch here.
Yeah, that's kind of what you have to do
Ooh,
there.
the air dodge might give Luis the opening.
Yeah,
Teleports in,
that was
but
quite
it's caught.
risky. All right, what are
And
we going to see?
if he can't break through this wall, we're going to game 5.
All right, just giving it a moment here. Luis going in deep, going for the teleport,
Luis, wow,
trying to
just
catch with the ledge trump.
barely missing that bear.
All right, going for get up attack, backing up, explosive flame, trying to catch with the
Both of them
nair.
with shield. Just still controlling that point, and the bomb on Fair is going to take it for that game.
Okay.
We are going to game 5.
Ooh, I saw a little bit of sigh of relief there for sure there. All right, talking stage picks here, going into the next one. Gotta think your bands. How much is stage a factor here? We saw the return of the Game & Watch. Are we gonna be seeing the Bayonet again? Or like, you know, maybe it was kind of a little back and forth at the beginning. You got a little psyched out.
If I were to make an extreme call, it could be we're seeing the switch back to Bayonetta.
Okay.
We're going back to PS2 here. Since Game & Watch doesn't have Battlefield to work with, it might be a little bit difficult for Game & Watch to find that comfort stage for him. And an aggressive swap back to Bayonetta may just be the X factor that Demon and Random NMK need to take this set.
Yeah, and they're definitely discussing something here. I'm curious. Wonder if it's related to character picks here, or...
All right, we're sticking with the Game & Watch here. Back to Pokemon Stadium 2. This is last time they played on PS2, Terra and Luis won, I believe, fairly decisively against this exact team comp.
I would say in the initial few stocks, it was really back and forth. Like, Demon and Random Monk were really showing their ability to, like, you know, why they're here in the winners semifinals. But as time went on, it started going a little bit more in that Terra Luis favor.
The momentum started to slip. They couldn't cover for each other as much as they wanted to. Possibly because of just how big PS2 is and how much space that Terra and Luis are able to patrol. But we're going to see if they have come up with a new plan, come up with just a better adaptation here. And we've been seeing them go back and forth, so really it is anyone's game.
Yeah, a lot right now. We're kind of seeing a lot of hit-for-hit scenarios here. Red team looking a little better here in the neutral interactions, but quickly seeing a little bit of a shift here. Terra being really good about the spacing. Luis kind of keeping Game & Watch there on the outside until that scenario. Oh, but no
right
full
now,
punish.
Luis saving Terra from the down smash, out smash. Luis patrolling Sephiroth, making sure that he can't gain any ground.
All right. I like going deep
Great
there.
recovery.
Oh, but what a
Up tilt's
catch.
gonna catch the ledge jump. Yeah, Terra and Luis are just covering each other so well in these sticky situations. They're like, whenever Luis is going aggressive, going in, Terra's right there behind him to make sure that he doesn't get in too much trouble. But the up smash is gonna take that stock there. We're just trading stocks left and right here. The up smash is gonna take another stock. Sephiroth up smash putting in huge work here.
Yeah, a lot of stock for stock scenarios here, but we do see blue team in a little better spot here. See Terra being careful about the spacing. A little random counter there from Luis, probably trying to take advantage of the chaos. And I like, you know, the attempt to save your teammate there. Game & Watch is really hard to deal with.
Yeah, exactly. Especially in a format where you can't just singularly focus on him. You have to worry about a Sephiroth that is patrolling him right there. And the shield break. Luis gonna guard Terra there so he can get the down smash to seal the deal on that punish.
That's going to be pretty significant here, especially if they get the pick here now on the Sephiroth. This is going to be the key moment here. What a interference
Luis
with the
going
recovery.
offstage. Wait, okay, so this is getting very one-sided now here with Terra and Luis pulling ahead of Demon and Random NMK.
A little bit of trade there on the judgment.
He went for the 9.
Okay. We might see an exciting play here. I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of judgment kind of thrown out here, a lot of risk. But you got to be careful here, especially when you're on your last legs. High percent on Game & Watch.
Luis patrolling that offstage, and After Hours is going to SD. I don't think he had a charge of up B there.
Now, I would be lying if I haven't seen someone come back from a scenario like this, but it is so extremely hard.
It's so stacked against Starboy right now. Just facing such great players. Oh, I love that mix-up. And taking Luis down with him, but Terra is going to clean up that offstage interaction.
At least you go out with a little style
you
there
got
with the stall.
A little bit of flair.
But unfortunately, that is going to, end their winner's run. Going to have to be sitting there over in losers. Well, we see Terra and Luis sitting comfortable there now in winners finals.
Yeah, in just like that spot in the winners finals is such a nice spot to be in bracket. You just, are we seeing the other winners semis set? I'm not sure.
Maybe not. Here's the thing: if you've never been to a tournament, well, if you're watching this, you probably have. Doubles tends to run pretty long.
Mm-hmm.
So in terms of time's sake, we might not be in the other semis. We might end up seeing the other winners game up here. So we'll be seeing some familiar faces. Or if the games are being played, we might even get a little treat of the loser side of the top 8.
Right, and there are some up-and-coming teams in losers of this bracket. Just stuff we have yet to see, and players that have yet to make their mark on this top 8.
And are there any teams you kind of have your eye on here in this top 8 that might be like secret killers or anything of that sort?
I do. Ooh, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the team of Fizment and Vi. Is still in top 8. I believe they're still in the loser side of top 8. They just played earlier. Maybe I should have caught the end of that set, but
Sometimes you can get lost in the excitement a little bit.
Absolutely, yeah. I've been bouncing off the walls all day, just trying to make sure everything's up and running, good to go. Yeah, we're just hanging in there, waiting for this next set, and just the high octane action of doubles is always good to see, always good to talk through.
Yeah, one of the teams I'm kind of thinking about over, I believe that they're in the loser side, and it's a team I haven't really seen. Two players I'm super familiar with. We've got Major and Charlie D.
Ah, Major and Charlie D.
So-
Yeah,
so
they've been
Ness-
running through it.
Ness Major, or not Ness Major, Ness Gannett, which is an interesting composition in doubles, and I'm kind of looking forward to, hopefully we'll be able to see a little bit of it, but as we mentioned earlier, we're probably going to miss a lot of the top 8 here of dubs just for time's sake.
Right.
But while we're chilling here, I'm crossing my fingers.
Oh,
see
yeah,
some hot
absolutely.
sets.
We want to get as much here as possible.
For sure. All right. And it looks like we're seeing J-Jaw, and JDV. And then over on this other side, I'm not familiar with the person on the left here.
Yeah, I don't recognize your face.
Who's the person barely out of frame here?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
hiding from us.
All right, I'm seeing the character picks here. Okay, so Lucina and Duck Hunt. Okay, there we go.
Kirby Pac-Man, tried and true for JDV and J-Jaw here. And for the other team, we're going to see...
Now, an interesting composition that you tend, like, we don't really see Ike as much anymore.
Armade
but
and Zog.
Yeah.
Ah, right. I'm not familiar with this team either.
Now, our mate, I'm a little bit more familiar with than Zog.
okay.
J-Jaw, JDV, you know how I talked about, like, I've seen people come back from this, and this is rare?
Yes.
That was Back in Blood 4, I think.
Wow.
With JDV and J-Jaw. J-Jaw in a 1 to 4 stock scenario, able to
Wow.
reverse it. So this team, you know, it's been quite a few years since that tournament happened.
The back and bloods.
The players have only gotten better.
Yeah, they've only gotten more dominant. J-Jaw especially has been making a name for himself very recently. Just making Kirby just climb up the tier list, getting that recognition that a player of his caliber deserves, but getting caught by the up air there by our mate.
All right, JDV in a really good spot there, goes for the hydrant, but what a catch there from RM8, still able to get that confirm on JDV.
And Zog is going to live, teching the stage, going to make it on right back.
Oh, no.
Just to scrap with JDV.
Okay, stock for
our mate's
stock.
going to take J-Jaw with him. Wow, what an
is
impressive
rough,
stock
though.
trade.
Look at the stock difference here. That was not in J-Jaw's favor, unfortunately, because we're seeing a really good stock tank here on what I believe is Zog. Like, he's doing really good, sitting at 142%. JDV, you know, sitting at 2 stocks. J-Jaw on that final stock here for this first game.
Absolutely. The name of the game with Duck Hunt in doubles is survive, to live, because he has so many options to get out of jail for free. 2 frame 1 options to get out of combos, and great poke tools. So you can just hold an area down and not die with Duck Hunt, as Zog is showing us right now.
All right, I see J-Jaw racking up a bit of percent here. They're still making steady progress here against the red team. All right, RM8 was in a pretty good position. I like the attempted coverage, but JDV is just waltzing on in there. J-Jaw taking a lot of percent here now at 124. What's the interaction?
The catch on the dash attack is going to take the last stock from J-Jaw. J-Jaw having to take 1 from JDV in order to keep the 2v2 alive.
Now, in this
Back air
scenario,
not
I feel like JDV is going to start playing a little safer, really capable of being a good stock tank, but at 126%, it's not going to be easy.
Absolutely, but he is able to get the conversion from Bell on Zog there, making things a little bit more even. J-Jaw struggling to get off stage against R-Mate here, but able to do it with a high final cutter.
All right,
And now
J-Jaw
is alone, 2v1. Not the most stacked 2v1 we've seen today, so it is doable. but still an uphill battle for one single Kirby.
I like RM8 respecting at the ledge, and right as I said that, we see a little bit of a switch up. Luckily, RM8 able to get out of that interaction. It could have been extremely awkward. This is kind of what Jja's relying on, is one of the teammates to falter here. Good catch on the save there from RM8. Good trade once again. Duck Hunt with the coverage here.
Wow, the can was in the perfect spot to stuff the high recovery from Jja, and Ike is just there. RM8 is just there to patrol that space, and just the latest hit of dash attack, starting this offstage interaction all over again.
Oh, what a catch here on that back air.
And that's going to take RM8's last stock. It's the 1v1. A little bit of an uphill battle here for Jja, but he has taken these before. He's been around the block. Zog getting that space in with Can, but Jja is steeled here. His will is iron.
Yeah, like right now, if you're Zog, you're probably starting to stress out. What an interaction
looking for that
there.
up smash, looking for that frantic kill.
Man, the self-inflicted damage is looking super rough for Zog. Able to get the catch here. You need to get this confirmed here. I love the positioning on the can. What a grab into the up air.
Down throw into up air there is a 50-50. I don't believe it's a true combo at that percent, if I'm remembering correctly. So that was simply a Hail Mary to try and get that first game off of JDV and Jja.
But man, what a clutch up in the scenario where Jja, as I was talking about, you had to respect the space. RM8 was kind of pushing a little bit, ended up getting caught out by a backer just at the most awkward angle, losing the stock due to the recovery. You gotta respect Jja when Jja is at the ledge.
Absolutely. Kirby, he is a character that struggles to get out of those sticky situations like we saw earlier, but when he is able to get his opening, it is a devastating one. And Jja as a player is always able to capitalize on those sorts of openings.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised seeing JDV getting knocked out in that scenario when he did, but also, if I'm not mistaken, Jja ended up taking a stock from JDV a little bit earlier before that. I feel like most of the stocks are probably going to be in that JDV bank. Jja going to be a little bit more of that aggressor here on that team. Now, I've been seeing a little bit of a solid mix on the RM8 Zog side. Duck Hunt having good coverage. Ike, you don't really see as much, but in recent times, I feel like we're seeing a little bit more of an uproar as the meta has evolved.
Yep, and Jja, again, just immediately inhaling JDV there for the bonus fruit power-up.
Hey, like,
Grab an
if
apple.
you're able to get double bell on top of, like, the other combos you're able to utilize, it is just such a solid team-up.
It's so oppressive to have to worry about both of those at the same time. Both of them going low to charge that fruit. I believe Jja has key right now. That's why he's flashing.
I believe so. That's for the full charge.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay.
Ooh, RM8 getting an early dash attack on JDV there, only at 90% and sending him that far off stage. JDV doing his best to maintain that stage control so that Jja can get those aggressive openings that we've been talking about. But the key is going to snipe RM8 there. But Zog is going to take the offstage interaction against JDV. It seems like the 1v1 between the two players is going in Zog's favor.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good here. JDV kind of getting boxed out after, you know, able to deal with the enemy for a solid amount of time, to say the least. RM8 now a little bit on the back foot. I like JDV taking the front there, caught by the dash attack, but the stocks are still tanking Jja.
Wow, the up smash catching Jja's full hop there.
Man, I had to say something. Like, it always happens. Like, I've been just, like, on the second here on terms of these call-outs.
You just have to say something.
Like,
when everything
someone
is
had to
calm,
stop
everything
for
is
too
beautiful.
long.
Yeah, just too much momentum for too long. Something's got to change. Some X factor's got to pull through somewhere in here. And RM8 is the one to do it with that nair back air, barely not killing off the left side of town.
Yeah, like on Town and City, especially with platforms, you can get a lot of early stocks. I'm not surprised it didn't kill. I was actually surprised to even see it get close here. But man,
the air dodge is
cleanup.
going to get caught by RM8. And JDV taking losing another stock to Zog in the 1v1.
Okay. Now
And
JD,
RM8 seems to be cleaning up against Jja as well.
Oh, I like JDV taking advantage of the cherry, trying to use it again to intervene with the recovery.
Yeah, it seems like J-Jaw and JDV are just taking a little bit of space, spending that stage control to get a little bit of momentum back, and it works with the parry on side B there, getting Galaga for the early percent conversions.
Oh.
Ooh, Zog with a really nice forward tilt through R-Mate to cover for his landing lag on up B there.
Now, if I'm J-Jaw and JDV, I'm no longer sitting very comfortable here. Being a stock down and then the percent kind of on the rise, it's looking rough. And there we see J-Jaw gone. JDV in a last stock scenario here, taking a lot of damage.
J-Jaw was in the hot seat in this position, and now JDV, arguably the one that has been struggling the most in these 1v1s, is going to have to take on both of them at the same time here.
We're seeing a lot of trades in the chaos, trying to throw the orange, but what a swipe there with the tilt. Not enough to kill. R-Mate trying to get the setup, the coverage there with the smash attack.
Oh, and the up smash is going to scoop past the hydrant there. Looking at a pretty dominant 2-0 score for R-Mate and Zog.
All right, I'm not seeing too much communication on this team side. I feel like they're sitting solid and it was like, hey, I think we're just about to win this here. A little bit more discussion over on the JDV J-Jaw side, trying to figure out here what might be the key to this next game.
It looks like they are just going to stick with Pac-Man and Kirby, though. No character switches like last set.
Okay, okay. Well,
And we're just jumping
it's been
straight
looking
into it.
solid for both teams in terms of character picks, and as far as I know, these are the mains for all of these players.
I believe so. I know J-Jaw and JDV are playing their mains. I know that for a fact. We've seen them for years. But I do believe R-Mate and Zog do play Ike and Duck Hunt respectively. Like they're just comfortable in their game plans with what they do. Even though like common belief says that I guess 3 out of the 4 characters here are suboptimal. Like especially in doubles, you're gonna see these like weird off-the-wall characters do really well just because of the forgiveness and chaos that the format gives.
Yeah, and like talking about that chaos there, JDV ended up getting killed off the top to the very slow like kill screen, so it just left so much time with J-Jaw by himself.
However, he was able to capitalize off of having Key and able to get a stock off of Zog while he was alone, and give JDV the opportunity to come back and even charge Bell while he was at it. Well, but J-Jaw is going to get hit cross stage and lose his first stock.
I'm looking at RM8 right now, being a little aggressive here with the shield play. All right, backing up with the Nair, trying to help out with Zog, but ends up losing the stock in the process, a little overextending there towards the ledge. Oh, but man, the Hydrant interrupting the interaction there. Now looking back over on that left side, JDV getting ready for this possible setup.
Zog, as we mentioned before, is just trying to hold that space, and R-Mate holding his own with the strength of Ike. I feel like that's one thing that we've kind of been underselling, is just how strong Ike's impact has been in this set. Just keeping people off stage, and when they're on stage, punishing them with punishes like dash attack and forward tilt, getting those big momentum plays, keeping J-Jaw and JDV out of their own lines of sight.
Oh my goodness, going for that up special was super risky though for RM8, able to get the scoop there. Luckily, in a pretty good scenario, I see the swipe there. Oh, try to
Everyone
interrupt.
off stage, R-Mate not quite able to make it back.
Now that's a pretty significant stock to end up losing here. J-Jaw able to clean up another one here.
Getting J-Jaw and JDV the momentum for the first time this set.
All right, good pick. J-Jaw now lost stock. JDV just needing a stock tank. J-Jaw was able to keep control of both players there until falling off stage.
J-Jaw holding down the fort for JDV to recover there. Pac-Man does take a little bit to recover, and even longer if he is setting up fruit like JDV is taking the opportunity to do. And J-Jaw is able to cover for him well, but R-Mate on it, sacrificing his stock in the process though. JDV and JJaw in the first 2v1 of the set.
Now, I feel like there's a lot of pressure here now for Zog in terms of taking this game. They were about to get a 3-0 against JJaw JDV. Now it's not looking so likely.
Exactly. JDV and JJaw proving that they are here to stay, proving that they have what it takes to, at the very least, take this to the end.
Okay, waiting for the option here. Hold up. A little
With
bit
the
of a
key,
trade.
getting some friendly fire there. And the can, I believe that was a friendly fire can that took Zog's last stop.
I believe so. I think it was trying to kind of hope it was going to interrupt the interaction, but unfortunately it was just a little too point blank.
Right. And I did notice that there were less situations that game where JDV was caught alone against Zog. So it seems that he was able to control his own space and hold his own a little bit better this game simply because of that.
All right, so it looks like we're seeing the Hollow
Ooh, got a
Bastion
Hollow?
pick. Okay, a little change of scenery.
Everybody's going to tried and true. Gonna jump straight into it. Game 4. Let's see if JDV and JJaw can spin the momentum of this game in their favor. Bring this to Game 5. Bring them to winners finals to meet with Luis and Terra. There we go. I remember.
You got it.
I'm
You
so
got
good
it. You got
at
it. It took a second, but we got there.
Hold on. Wolf, wait.
Yeah, but right now, already looking really good here for Armate. Zog was able to get a lot of value without losing too much percent. And now we're seeing a little bit more what you expect here from JJaw and JDV, taking advantage of throwing out those projectiles, taking advantage of the kind of high air mobility that you get for both these characters. Might it be JDV quite a bit faster in the air, JJaw just having those extra hops to be able to stall in the air for a little longer.
Right, and we saw that just a bit earlier where JJaw is just taking this time and letting JDV hold both of his opponents off, just charging fruit. They're letting each other rotate who has the powerful fruit here.
Yeah, because like in terms of the shift of focus, really that is just the best value here for your time. JJaw once again going for the key, getting a solid grab here. Oh my goodness,
Wow, the conversion off of Hydrant and Can.
Crazy interaction.
We basically have 2 Pac-Mans and
no.
a Duck Hunt to get these like wacky item combos off of. And the forward smash taking out JDV and the Can making JJaw recover here, drift slowly to stage. But, oh, JJaw is getting caught off the neutral get up with Zog's a back air there.
Yeah.
JJaw trying to get something moving against both players here. And then they both all end up disengaging. But that's the thing that Armate and Zog want to prevent, is the momentum shifting away from them and going back to true neutral. Because if Armate going for that stock trade there, but tragically missing.
Like, what do you say interactions like that? Are those true? Is that true neutral right there?
I had to say something.
Oh, Armate is just going for these up specials a little too much, a little trigger happy, at least for my comfortability. And unfortunately, Zog losing another stock. It's getting further and further away. It was back and forth. It was neck and neck. Like, it is so crazy how this has shifted here. JJaw and JDV now looking really good here, just having to clean up the stock on Arm 8, and it might be as good as done.
Into forward smash, taking that stock.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. Boo. No.
Going to opt out.
Come on.
In the nicest terms possible, opting out of the 2v1 there.
Yeah, I'm
4
not
stocks
a
to
fan.
1 is rough, but at the very least, might as well play it out.
I haven't seen someone do that in like a year and a half, and I'm happy about that. I'm a little disappointed on that, but do what you do if you really feel a reset. You want to do it for sake of time. If you're feeling, what that tells me, you're feeling a little burned out. So be careful.
I would agree. I was gonna mention, like, if you're in the position where you just want to get it over with, just want to go to Game 5, at that point, it seems like a little bit of a death knell for Armate and Zog here. It seems like they're kind of admitting that they've lost, the game plan, and that JDV and Jjaw are just keeping them separate in a way that they can't break through right now.
Now, a real question here, is it kind of like a save of endurance, or as what you were saying, is it the nail in the coffin? We're going to see here now. And
I sure hope so. I sure hope that they're just raring to go on this Game 5, because who wouldn't be Game 5 on the main stage, winners semis, waiting for that opportunity to get a guaranteed spot onto podium here.
All right, good patience from both teams here. I like RM8 able to get that scoop there with the grab into the up air, kind of waiting for the interaction. JDV kind of playing their own game there on the other side. Now we're getting a little bit of spaghetti here in the mash on the right side.
Give JDV back in this 1v1 with Zog, but he manages to squiggle his way out. I think I just invented a new word. That's awesome.
Squiggle?
Squiggle.
I feel like that's a word. Like
Squiggle is a word in that context?
Maybe not in that context. But I wouldn't be surprised. We got a pretty deep dictionary in this day and age.
Oh, absolutely. We got the vernacular up here. We got it.
Oh my goodness. What happened there, Jjaw? Unexpected tech situation. Now, down that first stock here. Is that going to set the momentum? Jjaw trying to get the cleanup. Not happy about losing the stock earlier. Zog in a scary spot, able to get back luckily. Now over on the JDV side as we see that stock take.
RM8 taking them both down there, opting not to get the guaranteed damage and just going to take the stock trade there.
Okay.
Is a risky maneuver, but maybe one we might need to see in Game 5 in a set like this.
Hey, it's even right now here. JDV just needs to lose that stock there, and suddenly you have a lead here on the RM8 Zog side.
All right, we're going to see a great conversion on Jjaw here, putting that percent on the bell. Wow, Zog catching the bell. This is worst case scenario after Pac-Man letting go of bell there. Hitting your teammate and letting it go into enemy hands. This situation is getting dire because of that. Jjaw getting sequenced. He's already out of stocks, having to share stock with JDV. And Zog getting sent out of the game early there.
Like trade after trade.
It's just so scary here at 150 against Ike. This 1v1 can end in any way. Like, Ike could get scammed off stage. Pac-Man could be hit by a swift breeze and die at 150. Anything is possible here, and the bell conversion is going to take it for JDV there.
Now that's really significant here for the yellow team. Red, however, able to take that stock on JDV. That's pretty huge. This is relatively doable for both teams. This is kind of a reset here in terms of momentum. It could go either way. We see a little bit of box out. First interaction won there by the yellow team. Able to smother RM8 here, stuck between them. Now we see Zog kind of getting in there, helping out the team. We like to see that.
We like to see that interference that Ducka can play here in this composition, especially against the likes of Pac-Man, where if you let him set up, he will take the game from you. He just will. If there are too many bells in play, if there's too many keys in play, you're just gonna not have enough value to get yourself to the finish line here.
All right, I like the parry there. Backing up, respecting the space. Got to be careful. The bell. Jjaw in a good spot to get this stock.
With a stone, just barely missing. RM8 on the recovery. What a sticky situation to get out of. And okay, Zog setting up with Can there, playing the position, but Can hitting RM8. Let's see if they could capitalize. No, the Nair up air is gonna kill at an absurdly low percent. The 2v1 back in RM8 and Zog's favor.
Hey, but it's Jjaw of the option here in terms of making comebacks.
It is Jjaw with key as well.
Okay, gotta be careful here.
Oh,
okay.
The key is gone. He has to spend time to get his fruit back. Jjaw holding the space, not committing here, getting the fruit, making them doubt where to run in and when.
But right now, Jjaw is in a position that Jjaw does not need to force the approach here. I'm looking, what is red team trying to do here? They're like swapping up.
Tried to grab Bell with the backer, but he's just gonna miss it. That might mean the game.
Okay, going ahead with RM8. I feel like Duck Hunt is the move here. If you're going to play the zoning game, give the character that has zoning tools to deal with it.
The forward tilt barely RM8 surviving that forward tilt on ledge. Jjaw having to claw his way back out of the corner yet again. Zog holding space. Armate covering the point.
All right, J-Jaw going up from ledge, going for the forward air. RM8 getting hit by the strawberry back air, and that's going to take that stock. 188% here on RM8. Cannot take a back air at all. Able to avoid the bell.
Armate takes, wait, J-Jaw lived.
And going for a really risky
the
option there.
Aggressive offstage conversion from Armate. We're going to see the fair. Is it going to kill?
Wait,
we didn't see it.
Back,
We didn't see it. Go back.
It's not over
He's at
just yet.
200. We need to see. Oh, he's looking for the nair. The up air, catching the jump out of shield. J-Jaw is going to take it. What a nail biter, game 5.
Man, production was just too on it there. they were just so ready for it.
Ready. That the early pop off too. The players were ready for it.
Like, that's the issue, is that you always want to get the pop off in the game, but when situations like that happen, you know, it is what it is.
You just have to keep your eyes on the game. You have to. Anything could happen. It's not over till it's over.
Like, man, what a crazy way for that to send out there. We did see J-Jaw able to clutch it up in such a scenario. Like, RM8 able to, you know, get a little interaction here and there. I felt like, you know, I had something I wanted. I wanted Duck Hunt to, like, kind of take more of the forefront, but it took him a little too long to get there. And by the time that ended up happening, J-Jaw was able to take that first stock. Then it was the 1v1 scenario. And as we saw there, just down to the wire.
Absolutely. Armate was holding his own excellently there. However, J-Jaw just mounted so much percent off of each little interaction that the risk reward was so stacked against him. He really needed to just stay safe there, and despite his best efforts, J-Jaw was able to take a pretty deep call out on that up air on shield there, for just looking for that jump, looking for any opening, because Kirby is one of those characters that can just do that at, I guess, 200, because that's the situation.
Yeah,
we had
like you're at 200%. You're no longer in a position to be able to take any more hits. Like, it was kind of like crazy there that when we did see the previous interaction, that a stock wasn't taken outright.
Absolutely, yeah. There were, it was like 3 interactions or something like that. It was just back and forth over and over. It was the 2v2, and then it was the 2v1, and then they got it they got it to even 1v1, and then J-Jaw was running away with it, and then Armate was running away with it, and then it had to end with a center stage call out. What a great set! What a great set.
No, we're solid. Thank you. Our shout outs to staff and production, making sure the casters are doing all right.
Absolutely. We've been running a tight ship here. We've been doing a great job just making sure everything's running smoothly, and just
you know what? After that set, give me a thing of water right over there.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Is this not yours?
No,
There's just one here. It's a mystery water.
That's from one of the previous casters, I'm guessing.
Yeah, we just need to take a breather after that set. That was. I don't know. I think I said something about high octane before the set. It might have came true. Maybe.
Just a little bit.
Maybe. We weren't screaming our heads off.
All right, so right now I am seeing a double set being done on the side stream here. We have R8 Zog versus Major and Charlie D.
Ooh, Major Charlie D. I don't know who knocked them out of winners. I do because I believe they might have made it to top 8 through losers.
Okay, but we're getting right into it here, running it back with the J-Jaw JDB
Go straight
team.
to the winners finals.
Luis and Terra here. Both teams relatively off of heaters. I would say the JDB J-Jaw set was a little bit closer, probably a little less comfortable for Team Yellow.
They did both go to Game 5, however. So it's really, this bracket is just so stacked with players that can all hold their own against each other. And that just makes for all the more exciting of a bracket to watch, all the more exciting of plays to make for these players.
All right. Right now I'm seeing Terra sitting pretty comfortable, you know, in terms of percent here. Caught in between J-Jaw and JV. Able to thread the needle. Also trying to kind of like bait interactions. And then we see Luis over there, comfortable spacing, kind of waiting for that safe opening. Able to catch with that back air being super powerful in doubles. You know, that shield just doing Lord's work there.
Terra's shield getting dangerously low there, actually, against JDV. The jab lock to Bell is going to take out everyone.
Oh, and a little bit of taunt just because. You know, honestly, if you hit that, sure.
You deserve it. You go, oh, wait. Okay,
That was almost scary there for a second. J-Jaw was kind of cooking, and then the JDV trampoline was looking a little scary there for J-Jaw.
But yeah, Ledge was right there to save him.
Right.
We're seeing the strategy that we saw a couple sets ago from Terra and Luis working in spades here. They are covering each other's weaknesses very well. And J-Jaw and JDV, ooh, Terra going for that dare, but not quite finding it.
Like, if that ended up connecting, I was expecting a taunt right back.
Right back. You gotta take the mental away from JDV and J-Jaw there. The forward smash at ledge, gonna steal a stock from JDV there.
I really like that option when you're dealing with Wolf. Wolf has pretty low recovery for a lot of these smash attacks. So going for something like forward smash, even if you know, it's preemptively committed, you can kind of get away with it, especially if you have a teammate to cover you.
Absolutely. It is only -10 on shield, so Terra going for that is a pretty low-risk option, all things considered, especially since Pac-Man doesn't have the most threatening out of shield game, even though it's pretty quick.
I like J-Jaw there with that quick save when JDV was kind of in a checkmate scenario. Explosive flame for the control here, just going for it again
just
and again.
holding that space down, lock and key. J-Jaw in a bad situation. Kirby getting juggled is never a space you want to be in if you're J-Jaw. But getting back to that with the hydrant pushing his up smash into Terra.
I don't even feel like that was intentional. That was just like heat of the moment, ended up working out.
Oh, he'll say it was afterwards.
Oh, yeah, like, might as well. Just own it. Like, yeah, that was definitely what I
intended. The forward
intended
smash
to
at ledge, all intentional. The up smash out of water, all intentional.
That SD, intentional.
All intentional. Everything's according to plan.
All right. Now, JDV J-Jaw looking pretty good here in this ledge guard scenario. JDV trying to get the tilt there. I like Terra kind of throwing things in there. Does take the teammate stock, but, you know, that stock was holding on for dear life to begin with. JDV now needing to lose that stock sooner than later for red team's sake.
Yeah, especially when J-Jaw isn't able to be the aggressor, be the I guess the best offense being defense part of J-Jaw JDV's team synergy right now. Having them be separated is so important for Terra and Luis to come out on this come out on top on this set.
All right. Due to the stock take, oh my goodness.
Wow.
That is a rough way for that to go, but I feel like it was kind of checkmate there for JDV no matter what. J-Jaw was trying to just, you know, just
get him out of the
something.
throw with a light hit, but I guess the strong hit was the one to connect instead of the weak one. Terra and Luis just keeping this stage. J-Jaw not wanting to mess with it at all.
I like playing it safe here on both sides. Like, right now, Terra doesn't really need to do anything. Luis has
no reason
the
to
control.
overcommit.
Like, the laser value is working out.
J-Jaw also taking this opportunity to wait for an opening, wait for an over-aggressive move by Luis. Just taking that stage and going right back.
A good little catch there, trying to catch with the back air. A little mix up there. I see a lot of jumping there. Like, hey, let's reposition. Let's get back to that comfortable state here. But J-Jaw's kind of getting whittled out.
But also, if J-Jaw decides to run the time,
J-Jaw will
Terra
run the time.
Are in the lead here. There's no reason for any of them to overcommit.
I will say I have not seen a timeout in doubles in all of my years of casting Ultimate.
It would be a first for me as well. So if we get to commentate that, that would be history.
I almost saw it off stream. I was getting scared for a second.
Ooh, J-Jaw pushing up a little bit.
Okay. Good catch
But
here
Terra
for
is
Terra.
the one.
Or I like the Solar Flame, trying to really get that trap there, able to get the late hit there of the forward air. J-Jaw, once again, not fully committing to anything. Both players really respecting J-Jaw, able to get a catch there with the Nair, backing
Now
up, catching the Nair
J-Jaw
once again.
is in the middle of both of them. Oh, wait, and then now I think they're... Nope, they're scrapping. They're still fighting for that stage. J-Jaw found the opportunity, and he's looking for this aggressive push here.
Okay, this
The
is a solid
throw
catch.
into
Yep.
up smash. Yeah, that is guaranteed to work there. A drawn out 2v1 for Terra and Luis, but a successful one nonetheless.
Man, a little bit more stressful than I'm guessing it would have gone there. We were getting down to that last minute. I think was it, if I wasn't mistaken, looking at the timer, it was 51 seconds or something?
Last time I
don't know.
checked the timer, it was like 1:20.
Minute 20.
It's just like in a situation like that, J-Jaw was absolutely correct to play it that safe, to just crouch under laser, see what happens.
And
Because-
you can't really call it stalling if you're in a position where you're just not approaching.
And in that scenario, you're just accepting that if nothing happens, you do end up losing that game. Like you do take the disadvantage state in open arms. You just have to endure it, I guess.
All right. Like J-Jaw's movement here, Terra kind of mixing it up there, a little bit of trade, but that's all good in dubs. All right, solid grab there. J-Jaw able to get punished. Ooh. No full use of the bell, though.
Yeah, it looks like J-Jaw is just having a little bit more space to work with this game, being able to charge fruit off stage despite Luis's best efforts to catch him trying to set up.
JD with a good catch.
Both players
J-Jaw with the
caught on
follow-up.
platform, and they're both going to get off stage for it.
All right, J-Jaw.
J-Jaw locking down that
Ooh.
space, the back, and what a clean way to end that conversion by J-Jaw.
And I feel like that was kind of like a 2-for-1 option there. You didn't even need to care about Terra there. You were going for that back air to also cover Luis, but Luis with the cleanup.
Just taking out both with 2 smash attacks back to back. Yeah, Luis has put out very strong showings whenever he's able to get those, just get those conversions and those like very brief moments where Terra has made openings for him.
All right. Ooh, the reflector actually working against Luis there. Unfortunate. Bell in hand here for JDV, trying to stall
all
out
the
here.
way off.
Side
Barely
special.
grabbing ledge there.
Okay. Oh, able to get some Bell value, but unfortunately, no, that was on J-Jaw, but J-Jaw able to get the cleanup nevertheless.
J-Jaw extremely aware as usual, just getting these nairs, getting those just single hits that clean out the stock. Those can be the make or break for these kinds of games.
Okay, JDV getting caught by the grab there. Apples to apples. Gallica in play, explosive flame, back and forth. J-Jaw getting hit by the interaction. JDV over there towards the ledge. Terra now that X factor.
Luis making JDV's job of getting out of the corner so difficult. Even though as a player he's so comfortable there, Luis is just giving him such a hard time. The bell coming into play here.
Oh my goodness,
Getting
Luis getting
Luis
caught
off stage.
under. Oh,
And
J-Jaw with the
able
cleanup.
to convert off of the bell from downtown. That eating the Galaga, amazing.
Hey, that's value right there.
That's, what is that, 1.2% of heals, I think?
A percent is percent here, buddy. Like J-Jaw looking pretty good there with that stock up. JDV taking a lot here. I wouldn't say this is still relatively close.
Yeah, J-Jaw here with a pretty tenuous second stock. Any opening, wow, the up air by Terra is going to take it. I never think of Wolf up air as that kind of kill move, but against Kirby, I guess you're always vulnerable to that sort of thing.
JDV, get me on what JDV's on.
Just
Did you all just see that? I just saw random hits of up air, Palutena up air, get parried multiple times in separate succession. So that was no auto parry all the way through. These were intentional parries
They are
through the way.
separate individual inputs of parries. JDV, known for his clutch parries, trading stocks there with Terra. The 1v1 in J-Jaw's favor, although Luis has a great position on ledge here. Going in with an aggressive fair to catch the preemptive forward tilt by Luis. Luis short hopping in place, just making sure that that space is contested and conquered here.
Okay. I was going to say here, I feel like this is relatively different than when we saw the 2v1 scenario with J-Jaw. J-Jaw actually being a little bit more the aggressor here, trying to force that interaction. I like the use of the down tilts, like low poking, hurt box shifting options. Luis able to catch with the back air here. All right, able to catch the forward air as well. Keep getting the value here. Up smash,
the up
just a
smash.
call out.
Wait, okay, it's still, the game's still going. On the side B, that is a tragic misinput. JDV and J-Jaw taking game 2 here.
Yeah, I'm not sure what J-Jaw was going up to there. It was interesting to say the least. Okay, going back PS2. No issue.
Yeah, I believe it was just a misinput. That's the only explanation that comes to my head. Is just like side being that low off stage. It seems like they're laughing about it on the player cams.
I'm pretty sure I saw J-Jaw explain an excuse for it. So
Right, yeah. Quit jogging,
it happens.
big
It
man.
happens. Oh, I like J-Jaw going for that crouch initially to avoid the laser there, but still ended up losing the initial interaction.
Yeah, it seems like Tara and Luis are catching on to JDV and J-Jaw's strategy of just immediately giving. And the footstool down air is going to take it from Luis extremely early here, 20 seconds in.
All right. Okay, I like the nair there, kind of throwing that in there.
Yeah, Tara just being a brick wall separating J-Jaw and JDV. Luis going off stage again. It seems like this position would be a difficult one to maintain for Luis given his last interaction, but he's just been so comfortable off there, and the up smash is not quite going to take it there. J-Jaw and JDV have been accumulating a little bit of percent here, looking a little bit in harm's way here.
Oh, what a scoop there. This is the thing I've started to think about. Like, Palutena ends up having a lot of things that complements doubles. Wolf, on the other hand, one of those characters that just, playing good neutral does so much. And then when you're able to go for those call-out moments in terms of patterns, you're, like, sitting so solid.
I would absolutely agree with you. It seems like that that strategy is getting carried over to Luis and Tara's team.
Oh,
wow,
no.
The conversion on trampoline, the down air sending Luis to his doom off stage for the second time this game.
See, one of the things you could say is, like, JDV could say, hey, yeah, that was definitely intentional.
However,
and I wouldn't be able to say anything,
nope.
The trampoline was out there. That there was some intent behind it. Oh, I love that. Okay. Oh, what a crazy combo. If that killed, that was sick. That was sick. Oh my goodness, J-Jaw here with the take.
Taking the third stock from Luis, taking advantage of the maybe one weakness that Luis has shown this game is that his willingness to go off stage can be the death of him here, and he's having to share stock this early, only 2 minutes into the game.
Oh, good reflect there on the Gallica. All right, J-Jaw in a good spot here, able to get the catch there on Luis. Luckily, Luis able to get back here. We see the down smash there earlier from Tara, going for that side special to help take back that space.
Luis sacrificing the juggle on J-Jaw to help Tara out with dealing with JDV. J-Jaw holding space by just crouching, and both of them get caught by an F smash.
Now, I want to say it was looking better and better for the boys in yellow, but I wouldn't say this next game will be too far off of Luis and Tara. They had some pretty solid callouts earlier, but still rough, not taking it 3-0.
It does seem like the adaptation of Tara and Luis playing a little bit more safely off stage could just be the adaptation it takes to take game 4 here. However, JDV and J-Jaw have adapted their strategy a little bit, and we've seen that by J-Jaw not going for that initial inhale on JDV. They're definitely switching up how they're playing, how they're approaching these two players.
All right.
We're seeing J-Jaw off stage here. Gonna go for the inhale again, but Luis is gonna survive this time.
All right, still stuck there over on the ledge. JDV able to catch out there with a few tilts. Gallica changing hands there.
Yeah, the up
Value.
smash just gonna take that damage, and the early
Stock?
up air conversion on J-Jaw.
That was a stock at 97% on the last hit. That is crazy.
On PS2, the high ceiling stage.
Yeah, maybe there was something going on with the DI in the last few seconds, perhaps, but maybe it was just the perfect percent for the time.
I am of the opinion that that move is just that good.
It's a good move,
DI
don't
all
get
you
me
want,
wrong.
it's just gonna kill you there, in my experience.
Like, if people don't SDI, multi-hits are like one of the most satisfying things.
J-Jaw trying to
in
go
this
for the
game.
offstage conversion again. Luis staying safe, just going for the up B to ledge.
All right.
Yeah, we're just seeing Luis value staying on the ground a lot more here.
Okay, I like the recovery change up there from Terra. Does end
Ooh, and
up
the
losing
forward
the
smash is
stock.
gonna kill. We are pretty even. Terra, though, has a lot less percent stacked on him. He is going back to that stock-taking mode that we've seen throughout these sets.
Oh man, J-Jaw just being a non-stop menace here on the red team.
Just getting in there, holding them both back so that JDV can set up Galagas and Bells and the entire arsenal here.
Right, what are you thinking here over on the red side? Like, I think they're like ever so slightly in the lead, but all it takes is just like one moment, right?
It does seem like they're a little bit scattered here. JDV and J-Jaw have had control for a little bit longer of time, I believe. So it could go that Luis and Terra steamroll through and just take this game for it to take their spot in Grands. However, JDV and J-Jaw are keeping that strategy in mind. Although the conversion by Terra and Luis here, they're just getting so much damage, so much pressure. Oh, but JDV there getting that Bell up smash. The consistency of JDV here is putting in so much work.
Oh my goodness, and the combo there on yellow team just non-stop. Terra not really being able to do too much about it. Okay, who's gonna be able to take the next stock here?
Gives a little bit of space up to go and bother JDV, but that gives J-Jaw the amount of time to take stage from him. All three players off stage. J-Jaw getting up smash, getting put in the juggle, but he's able to come down thanks to some support by JDV. And the 1v1 here. Oh, wait. J-Jaw had an extra stock, I believe.
Stock for stock here. Right now, Luis holding on to the two stocks here. We're not seeing a
Terra
take from
isn't
Terra.
taking the stock.
Oh my goodness, able to avoid the stock take here. That's pretty huge here. Okay, wait up. J-Jaw relatively higher, probably, you know, an easier target for the long term, but JDV taking the forefront, throwing out that Bell. Bell now switching hands.
Bell. Oh, yep, just covering that space across from J-Jaw. He's making sure that he doesn't get boxed out like he has in the past.
Okay, good patience.
J-Jaw going for the trump. Luis playing super patient, looking for those openings. And wow, that was such a clean back air sequence. And the Apple is going to take it at around 140 there. The up smash on Hydrant is going to make that a non-issue.
Man, once again, we're seeing Luis trying to really get that stock there. Two whiffed smash attacks. I love the use of the counter there, but JDV, constant presence, playing this perfectly well.
Another counter, but it's immediately covered by J-Jaw.
Oh, J-Jaw.
Oh, the high teleport is amazing there.
He's smart there. If you end up going to ledge, there was a lot of risk, and I feel like Luis was onto that immediately. Oh, the trip on your teammate is a little rough, but getting the grab here, trying to get extra value with the tilt, stuck in between two yellow balls right now. You got to be careful.
It seems like Luis trying to take this one on his own was a big mistake. J-Jaw and JDV have so much control over stage here, and the back air is going to take it pretty comfortably here, going to game 5.
All right. It's in a little bit of a shift now. really going to get down to the wire. All right, we're seeing both teams kind of like discussing things out. This has been a long set.
Taking a moment to think. Another game 5 here, as is always with doubles top 8.
Yeah, it always has to
seems
go
to
to
run
time.
super long with these, honestly, amazing game 5 sets.
Yeah.
Just so much display of team synergy and individual talent going on here.
For competitive
These sets.
sake, let's
the fist bump
hope.
for game 5.
Let's hope we keep getting game 5s. But for time's sake, let's hope our competitors here are able to clean up nicely. We'll get right back into it.
Right, Luis, it seems like he's taking a pretty different strategy to this game. JDV getting the fair on J-Jaw instead of Luis off stage there. But JDV is able to set up fruits in the downtime. Luis going for a forward smash at ledge, not quite gonna make much impact. They are gonna take stage back because of this scrapping situation.
All right, J-Jaw kind of being the aggressor here, but also kind of, you know, struggling in terms of, that movement, right? Because what happens with Kirby is that you have relatively decent ground speed. When you're in the air, though, yeah, you're able to stall in the air for a long time, but you kind of lose a lot of that speed that you have on the ground.
Absolutely, the forward smash making J-Jaw susceptible to that up air by Luis there. What a reversal.
Oh,
And
what a
Terra
catch.
in trouble here.
Oh, that's huge for JDV.
Ye-
Oh my goodness, J-Jaw.
Oh, and JDV removed the trampoline from Terra in the nick of time, so J-Jaw could get that conversion there.
Okay, JDV making it back here, throwing the key, clearing up the stage.
Yep, J-Jaw just going in, holding that stage. Oh, and Luis, wow, jumping out, but still getting killed by Pac-Man Bear. And the up B is going to take the stock from JDV, the last one to go to 2. Although, after all that, it is very even.
All right, Luis going for the normal recovery, catching with the nair, a little bit of trade. J-Jaw going with a preemptive air dodge, able to catch JDV there with Luis. All right.
J-Jaw losing an early stock here. It seems like JDV J-Jaw is losing a bit of momentum. Luis playing safer means that Terra and Luis combined can just take this space, can hold. Look at this. It's like a tower defense game.
It's just those random parry moments
They've
you'll
got
see
their
from
fortress.
JDV. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, JDV hitting those parries. He's known for it locally. He's just hitting those, and Terra's up smash getting caught by J-Jaw here, going for the offstage interaction, but Terra saved his jump.
Okay, looking a lot better for red team. This is game 5. It is winner's side.
Oh,
so it's
J-Jaw
not make
hitting
it
the
or break it.
reflected hydrant and getting hit for it. J-Jaw is in a little bit of trouble, amounting a lot of percent from that hydrant.
Oh, little high commitment here from Luis. Luckily, J-Jaw not able to fully capitalize. Oh, a little bit of interruption there. I like Terra going for that forward smash, getting the grab, trying to get the combo, but unfortunately, just due to the
Terra's
throw.
second stock is going to be taken by JDV there. This is entirely possible by J-Jaw and JDV. They just need to play this extremely well, get around the fortress that is Terra and Louis Money right now.
All right. Terra going for something
Back
interesting
throw,
there.
not quite gonna take it.
All right, Luis. Kind of sitting there waiting for
Luis
both
is not
options.
gonna take the offstage interaction, instead opting for a ledge trap with dash attack, which is gonna go extremely well.
Oh, JDV in a really good spot there for the Luis stock. All right, back to ledge. Able
The
to
up
go for
smash
spot
is
dodge.
not gonna clip there.
Right.
JDV staying safe, but is going to get caught on his dash back by Explosive Flame by Luis there. Their stalwart strategy was just so much to handle in that last situation. They were even at 2 stocks to 2 stocks all the way across the board, and then they suddenly just started getting out defensed, I can only assume.
They locked in.
They
I
locked
don't
in.
know how
It's
else to put it. They
it's
just
as
locked
simple as
in.
that. They locked in.
And now it looks like, in terms of the winner's side, JDV J-Jaw, at least for now, locked out of the winner's side. Sitting in the losers, about to mess up somebody's loser's run So
absolutely.
this is going to be an interesting game here next. But
Although
man,
they are sitting pretty in losers finals, I believe. So Luis and Tara in grands, guaranteed second place. Great placing overall. Great show of talent by them. And JDV and J-Jaw not too far behind. They're guaranteed
at this
for third
point, you
as well.
probably made prizing. You know, you're
do,
getting,
yeah.
you're not walking away with nothing.
Yeah, the trophy's over there. You just got to be the one to take it.
Yeah. But I also want to shout out anybody that is tuning in right now at Beak Bonk 2025 over here in the beautiful state of Idaho. I bet you've heard of it, definitely. The real place, real place.
Supposedly real.
Well, we're gonna take a little break. All right. Well, thank you all. Stay tuned. We have more sets for you here in a bit.
Yep, we'll be right back with you.
All right.
All right, and welcome back to Beak Bonk 25, the premier regional in the Palouse area, and frankly, the Eastern PNW as a whole. And we are here with As the Gigafo and
Nasta.
And we're here to cover top 3 of Ultimate Doubles.
But before we get into it, we got to talk about the amazing sponsors for this event that make all the things happen. And of course, we got to talk about Ziply Fiber. It is an internet company in the PNW, voted #1 internet in northern Idaho. Great customer service, great speeds, great prices. And as a user myself, all the way in Oregon, I have to say, I'm a fan. Affordable planning starting at $20 a month, it really just can't be beat. And I really have had no issues. It's actually the best internet I've ever had. Like, I cannot be more of an advocate. I have, over at my place, it's, I can get like consistent 500 download like at any point in time. I've never had that anywhere I've lived. It is amazing.
And we are just going to get right into it with Idaho Central Credit Union, Idaho's best credit union. So if you're watching from Idaho, be sure to give them a call if you are looking for banking services. They have great customer service with real people on the line at all times. So join today at iccu.com.
All right. We
We
also got a
Boise
event.
Regional,
All right.
Good Manners and Customs. I do remember this tournament. I don't think I was able to attend the first one. However, they run a really great event over there. Tekken 8, Street Fighter 6, Rivals 2, along with the premier event of Smash Ultimate and more titles, as well as I believe a Boise exclusive mod called Alt Minus is a very chaotic mod for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. If you want to give it a try, be sure to go to Good Manners and Customs too.
Yeah, singles and doubles, and make sure to use the code We Love Beak Bonk.
We love Beak Bonk.
$5 off. All right. Now we're probably going to be getting into our next match here soon. I know the players are probably sitting over on the other stream. All right. We're about to see him here and now. We got the good old J-Jaw JDV combo, and then we got some returning faces here.
We have
Okay.
Random MNK and Demon back on the stage here. I do believe this is the first time they've played in the tournament.
Okay.
So
This is a pretty crazy performance.
yeah, they made it all the way from losing a very close set with Luis and Tara, all the way back to losers finals here, and we're going to see them put on the best performance that they're going to give today.
Yeah, I feel like they were doing so well against very talented teams here and already off to a pretty good start. Now, Sephiroth is a character we tend to not see as much Game & Watch. I feel like people might see a little too much Game
A
&
little
Watch
bit too
nowadays.
much Game & Watch, yeah. It's a little bit of a tiring sight these days to see his face, but with a player like this, with the talent that's coming out, with the caliber that is showing at this event, we're happy to see everyone.
Yeah, it's just in terms of just having really cool team compositions. On both sides here, we got the JDV J-Jaw, which has that kind of like specialty of, taking advantage of, the Pac-Man copy ability. And then on the other side, you get some pretty solid combos with characters like Sephiroth.
And we've seen Demon and Random MK with their team synergy is almost unmatched in this tournament. When they are left alone together, they are dominating the field.
Yeah, in the previous set we saw, oh my goodness, what a stock there was. In terms of just like the spacing, like you can't really put it any better than just amazing synergy. And that's obviously why they've been able to make it this far.
And absolutely, they are holding the stage against JDV and J-Jaw. A pretty substantial percent lead, even though it's not quite that big, it is still significant here. That 135% range is very significant, but Sephiroth getting hit far off stage here, but able to make it back with a high up B there.
Like these are pretty significant percents over on the red team, as you got two really light characters. Looking on the other side, Kirby is relatively light. Pac-Man, you know, not necessarily too heavy or too light, but you know, it's a nice balance.
And we are seeing this synergy come into play. The weight differences with how JDV is able to play very defensively for J-Jaw to get those aggressive openings in this set. But it looks like Game & Watch is surviving here, making every single instant count, barely avoiding the ledge trap by JDV. I actually don't know how he did that, frankly.
Oh my goodness, I've seen a few of these unfortunate scenarios where the bell ends up going in the wrong spot, but good cleanup there for J-Jaw. And, you know, yellow team kind of struggling here in terms of evening it up. Demon and Random Monk really cleaning up.
Ooh, we're seeing Sephiroth in a bit of a tricky situation here, in disadvantage, but able to make his way back to center stage and get that forward tilt on J-Jaw, putting him right in the position that he once was. Oh, going for that up smash is not gonna outspace Kirby up B though.
All right, see J-Jaw really trying to take advantage of the low profile there. I like going in there. We did see the angled down tilt there from our Sephiroth.
And it does seem like Demon and Random MK, they are trying to get their 1v1s, and the Bell side B conversion is going to take that stock, bringing, oh wow, J-Jaw also taking momentum while After Hours is gone.
Stock after stock. Now J-Jaw stalling that momentum here, waiting for the option. What a mash there earlier, able to get out of the suck. Now hold up. Getting grabbed, still alive, high percent.
And this is exactly the situation that Demon and Random MK want to be in, holding the stage from JDV and J-Jaw. Even though they're pushing forward, they still have a little bit of a root in the ground here. They're still taking that space. The bell is going to come out. JDV grabs it again.
Oh man, that's a lot of pummel damage there earlier. Like all the percentage is racking up, just waiting here for the option. Oh my goodness, not quite
J-Jaw.
taking the stock.
On the last breaths, J-Jaw is coming in, just trying to get any amount of value here. And getting the forward smash early. This is going to lead right into the 2v1 here.
Now it's really rough here in the aspect that JDV can kind of sit back comfortable while J-Jaw takes the front here. 102%.
Yep, there's almost nothing that Starboy can do to stop JDV from getting Bell here, just like he did off stage, and he's just gonna be in shield, waiting for that opportunity, waiting for that slip up.
All right.
The second up smash coming out, the Bell on shield, just able to push Starboy so far.
Good patience here. Okay. Interesting option there. The back
Fair
air,
to
not
bear.
enough just yet. Very close.
The Octo Slash pushing JDV into,
Oh,
or pushing
wait a
J-Jaw
minute,
out.
still in this. Oh my
Oh, but
goodness.
Stone is gonna go all the way through Octo Slash, taking the first game.
Man, it was just one of those checkmate situations that you kind of just have to sit there and deal with it when it happens.
Yeah, like in that situation, there's only so much you can do. I don't even think he had wing.
I believe he...
Did he?
So, I
didn't see it
think
come
wing interacts with your teammate, I don't think.
It's based
I
on
definitely
a
saw
lot of
wing
things.
show up at one point or another. So I'm inclined to say yes.
He was at like 140. He probably had it. I'm not sure though. Anyway, game 2.
All right.
Right, J-Jaw getting the Pac-Man power up right away. Taking the 1v1 with Game & Watch here. Getting up aired. The juggle is going to put J-Jaw out of commission for a little bit, allowing Starboy and After Hours to take the momentum on JDV. How they switch targets like that so quickly is so smart.
All right. Really just looking for this opening here. What's going to come from it?
JDV coming in with fares here, looking for that slip up on frame data. Sephiroth, very, very vulnerable to getting stuck in frame. Look at that turtle!
I don't know if stream got that.
I really
yeah,
hope they did.
we got to see the beautiful background of the the production's PC.
All right, JDV keeping both players at bay here. Both of his opponents struggling to get back to stage. J-Jaw coming in right in time to take advantage of the made space that JDV, excuse me, was creating there.
All right. Game & Watch in the front there, a little bit of a switch up. I feel like J-Jaw able to kind of derail everything over there on the red team side. Okay, good patience there on JDV, getting that hydrant at the ready.
All right, J-Jaw going for the trump. It's going to be a regrab. Ooh, but the Octo Slash is able to get through stone this time.
Yeah, it wasn't quick enough there last time due to the charge to really get that distance is what led to the nail in the coffin.
And JDV getting caught double jumping out of disadvantage by that Sephiroth up air. Gonna take a pretty meaningful stock here. Gets a narrow lead for Demon and Random MMK.
All right, good
Oh,
catch
but
there
J-Jaw
by
is just
J-Jaw.
gonna take it right back. Although there is a bit of a percent deficit, the stocks are even. Anything can happen here.
We're going pretty deep there. Okay, the flare.
Getting a little bit of friendly fire on his teammate, but it's going to be okay. J-Jaw in the corner, boxing his way out, absolutely just bulldozing through here, but getting downed on the platform. JDV getting a nice conversion, but they are separated. They are much weaker when separated, and J-Jaw getting down smash, and JDV in not much better of a position here. J-Jaw trying his best to save his teammate.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh, buried, but able to escape just in time.
But it was along with the collateral here. We do see red team take that lead. Gotta maintain it here. All right,
Also,
good.
I don't believe the score is updating right now, but I'm pretty sure it's 1-1.
I believe you are correct.
I've
been looking down.
If they bump fists, it wasn't 1-1. J-Jaw getting a down smash, hitting both players, displacing Game & Watch so heavily there. They're able to get so much mileage off that. JDV getting back to stage, helping his teammate, getting that amazing combo, 55%. This could be the stock on Sephiroth here, but he's able to wiggle his way out.
All right.
Oh, using JDV as ammunition there to get out of the corner. J-Jaw getting an aggressive reversal on up air there. We're just seeing JDV and J-Jaw take control back this game here.
Oh, good
Even
parry.
though the stock lead was pretty far in Demon and Random MK's favor just a moment ago.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Demon and Random MK at the moment where, you know, both players are really close to losing this stock here. If we see that back-to-back, it's going to completely shift the momentum. On the yellow side, not too far off, especially with JDV.
Yeah,
All right.
JDV and After Hours are both holding on to the stock. JDV getting down smashed out of the corner, though, and the forward tilt covering both his teammate and J-Jaw. The Giga Flare just barely not being successful on ledge. J-Jaw is lacking a shield, though. He needs to make something happen right now.
Okay, going for the recovery here, going for the jump. I like it, backing it up. We see the
air dodge
utilization.
getting caught, a forward
Okay.
tilt. Yep. All right, Demon and Random MMK getting that game there. I'm going to be careful with my language to not assume the score right now.
I think you might have been thinking back to the previous game.
You think so?
Maybe.
Is it 1-1 now?
This has been a long dub
It's been a long
update.
few games.
Like, usually casters get a little bit more of the top 8 to top 4 split. We're doing through top 8 of dubs. It's been a
Yep.
while since I've done this much dubs.
Absolutely. yeah.
So bear with us.
We got a little bit of an instant replay going. We're gonna
Okay.
see. Oh wait, that's not this set.
That's the previous game we had on here.
Ooh, we get to see Luis again.
Just a little performance there for the camera. I saw that.
He's not even playing right now. We get to see more.
All right. And we get right back into it here.
All
Same
right, we're just running it back.
characters.
We're not seeing the Bayo switch this time. 3, 2, 1, go. Are we going to see... No, J-Jaw is being very aggressive this game, not opting to take the fruit from JDV, and instead just going in, breaking up the wall that Demon and Random MK are making.
Yeah, I feel like we've seen kind of the mix-up there from J-Jaw and JDV in terms of going for that option, because once the enemy team's able to call it out, they know to just run at the team, right? Like, or in certain options, they're able to call out with like a projectile of some sort in terms of like dash attacks as well. It's not an immediate setup.
Absolutely, and it happens so quickly. The aggressive mix-up happened so quickly. Wow, that stone was great. But the aggressive mix-up happened so quickly that while the opponent's team is planning on interrupting that setup from J-Jaw, you're just getting put in the Kirby blender right away.
Yeah, oh my goodness,
J-Jaw going for the offstage interaction here, but
no way, no
Starboy
way.
missing the up B, going to one stock after just 1 minute.
Do you think that might have been an accidental mash there by chance?
Perhaps. It could also be a slight miscalculation on the angle there. It was extremely close to grabbing ledge.
But also, Hydrant clinking with Sephiroth up smash there earlier.
Ooh, yeah, that
was
might
something.
also be part of it as well. It's an awkward situation to be in as Sephiroth there for sure. But Sephiroth with Galaga just patrolling this area, making sure that After Hours is safe here. The Mega Flare hitting Hydrant. Ooh.
All right, good catch there with the dash attack.
JDV offstage against a very much powered up Sephiroth with Wing and a bonus fruit.
All right,
And
solid catch.
getting that solid back air there, getting JDV down to his second stock. Oh, and J-Jaw is just making quick work.
Yeah, ended with that initial SD that we saw from the Sephiroth. It's just really kind of messed up the tempo here for Red Team. If they lose another stock, I feel like it gets pretty close to certain.
Oh, and Game & Watch being put through the ringer here, but getting out with down smash, able to hold his own against both players, letting Starboy approach that point where he wants to be, getting that like mid-range spot, and the up smash is gonna take it, and Sephiroth is gonna have to take the stop.
Yeah, 71%, not the worst in the world. Able to get the cleanup too. We love to see it. Get the berry and the
all
punish.
things considered, this is more even of a game than would be expected from having an SD only a minute into the game.
Yeah, it was definitely a positive interaction for the Red Team here. Now hold up, 120, yep.
Ooh, the Hydrant coming in. I believe that was Friendly Fire as the... Oh, not again. Oh, that's so unfortunate to see. And that will be one more game in the bag for J-Jaw and JDV here. One game away from getting their rematch against Luis and Terra.
All right.
Just going right back to PS2.
Yeah, no issue with good old PS2. Like, I'm a small Battlefield advocate myself, but I understand time to time. The only reason I would say that I'm a little more inclined for something like Small Battlefield is because of the aspects of like under PS2 is extremely awkward in terms of that perspective. You end up also with like weird scenarios where people can actually like phase through the stage. I actually had that happen well on commentary.
There are moments where PS2 can be extremely weird. However, for these characters in particular, I think it is the best option, especially for Red Team here, with Game & Watch and Sephiroth having pretty
huge stock.
pretty comfortable recoveries. That down air taking so much momentum right now. Getting J-Jaw down to 2 stocks is super important.
Yeah, and that spike has to feel so good, especially with the earlier game having so many like mix of SDs and recovery interruptions.
Yeah, just unfortunate circumstances all the way around that game 4, or that game 3. Hydrant being sent off stage there. Starboy looking for this ledge trap, but JDV is going to get out just fine. Oh, and JDV's going to return with a ledge trap of his own, getting a forward smash that hits both of the red team. Ooh, J-Jaw going for an aggressive ledge trap. Is he going to make it back? Oh, no, he's not. But Starboy's going to go with him. It's 4 stocks to 5 here.
Being up a stock, though, there in that scenario, you know, pretty solid all things considered. Yes, it's unfortunate losing the stock that way. But, you know, JDV, you know, sitting at 88%. 100% there over on the Game & Watch. Like, that's a scary percent to be with here.
Wow, and JDV's trampling, saving J-Jaw in the nick of time, and the conversion not quite going to take out After Hours' Game & Watch here. J-Jaw going in for the stone yet again, but going to tech on stage, narrowly making it back, getting Game & Watch's copy ability here. I wonder what he's going to do with it.
You can definitely set up for certain ledge trap scenarios, though, but it's going to be a lot more niche than going for something like the Pac-Man ability here. Oh my goodness,
Ooh,
JDV.
An untechable side B catching the, taunting to get rid of the copy ability here. Getting that conversion here, and Starboy is going to continue the conversion for J-Jaw there.
Yeah, so in terms of the score here, I'm pretty sure it is game 3 here, right, if I'm not mistaken?
I feel like JDV and J-Jaw took game 1, if I remember correctly.
If I'm not mistaken, it might be 2 here for J-Jaw JDV.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking
yeah,
as well.
So it's 2-1.
Okay,
All
2-1
right.
J-Jaw JDV, and looking like it looks like we're going to go into yet another game 5 here with After Hour, with Demon and Random NMK. I can refer to them as their tags in the collective. With Demon and Random NMK taking this game and just mounting a lot of pressure on J-Jaw specifically at 101 on his last stock.
All right. Looking a little rough here for red team here on these stocks. Stock after stock here. Okay, Game & Watch on the hot seat here. JDV trying to go with the down smash. Doesn't quite get it to connect. Orange there just for the pressure. I love, you know, a little bit of that save there from your good old boy Sephiroth.
And I'm also loving After Hours' commitment to staying alive, especially against the legs of, wow, I just had to say something. I just had to open my mouth. Getting caught by dash attack there is going to be a pretty big opening for JDV and J-Jaw to steal the clutches of this game. However, JDV on the ropes here against Game & Watch's ledge trap with no support from J-Jaw. They're both getting locked down, J-Jaw and JDV, with J-Jaw having to take a stock from JDV.
Now JDV in the scariest spot here. Okay, going with the forward throw there, probably for the DI mix-up. That's the only reason I can think of. Man, JDV here getting hit with any other option might be the end, especially towards the ledge. Sephiroth with the tilt there, able to finish out here.
The clean, bog standard forward tilt just to take that ledge trap. The Giga Flare here is going to make J-Jaw have to go awkwardly around ledge. The Mega Flare not quite connecting. J-Jaw able to get momentum back on stage, and the up smash from Sephiroth grab is able to take it to game 5.
All right, solid call out, all right, and we see like, ooh, we're seeing some like internal thinking here, a little stress for sure.
Getting a little bit of emotion on stage here.
Deep breath.
Deep breaths here. We need to lock it in for game 5.
Now this is definitely going to be a pretty significant upset here. I would say in terms of teams that are kind of the wild card here, they have been pretty crazy with this Game & Watch Sephiroth, and even when the Bayonetta was once on screen.
I definitely agree. They have been a very explosive team in particular in this top 8. And we're seeing that come into fruition right now, being able to claw control away from JDV and J-Jaw. But J-Jaw and JDV able to set up the double fruit combo here, getting that instant advantage over the other team might make the opening bits of this game extremely difficult for Demon and Random.
What's up? All right. And right now, in terms of the tempo, relatively good back and forth. You see the Gallica play there. J-Jaw getting caught to the skies here, going for the down special, continues to get hit value after value.
And JDV just dropped his juggle only
Come
for...
on, Cal.
Cal.
Come get it. You're coming over here to
Gonna
get a
stand
water
up on the
bottle.
water
You
bottle
knock
again.
everything over.
He didn't even take one.
Did he not?
He didn't even take one.
He just knocked it over for the sake of knocking it over. That's crazy. All right, back to the set here, though. Oh, my goodness. It is really close here on both J-Jaw stock as well as the Sephiroth there on the Demon Random Monk side.
And J-Jaw able to push this forward, able to take that space so he can run back and get key. The Bell conversion into down air, going into JDV's up air, but not going to kill. But the key is going to catch floating to ledge. Demon and Random MK are both a stock down here.
Yeah, like they're definitely wanting to get the value here. Hold up smash.
Ooh, all right, after hours, able to get that conversion, able to get that chair on J-Jaw there. Evening it up ever so slightly so that there's a chance that they can get into grands rather than J-Jaw and JDV.
Yeah, this is losers
grand
finals.
Spot, this grand spot is so contentious right now. Everything has gone to game 5, and I'm assuming it's going to go to game 5 again.
Oh, what a
in
catch.
grands. All right, seeing the offensive pressure from JDV and J-Jaw here. Both opponents on the ropes here. All right, but JDV getting hit off stage, gonna make this even stocks, even though Demon and Random NMK have amounted a bit of percent here. They are still keeping that stage control, still keeping that momentum here. JDV trying to take it back with a hydrant.
That was off the
catching that
initial
with-
stock tank, right? Like, it's just, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, J-Jaw here with the Sephiroth power-up. Bit of an explosive. Oh, wait, he got rid of it. Okay. Not quite willing to take that risk yet, it seems.
Oh my goodness, JDV really locked in. Okay, we see a little switch up with Sephiroth taking that trade here. Red team needs to be careful in how much percent they take here. They're in a position to probably take the stock on J-Jaw. JDV still needing a little work, but we already see the Game & Watch doing so. Cleanup after cleanup. I just had to say something, and it is making it work here.
Making waves, making it even in this game 5. Anyone can win.
All right.
Oh, going for the judge. Not going to get it. Getting the 2. The forward smash, not quite taking it there. Putting After Hours at 90%. Pretty scary here.
All right, have to be really careful of high commitment options here if you're red team. You need to play precise. You need to play calculated. J-Jaw able to get a grab here. Luckily, still able to hold on his stock. Not all is lost.
It seems like Demon and Random NMK are just clawing their way out of the corner time and time again. Ooh, but all right, After Hours is supporting Starboy very well, getting those up airs to just break the juggling conversion of J-Jaw and just to put them back in the middle of the stage where they want to be. Oh, and that back air, wow, JDV gonna steal that stock there. All right, 1v1, Starboy Sephiroth versus J-Jaw and JDV combined. JDV has a key that's odds are against him, but anything is possible here. We've seen these 2v1s end spectacularly in the one's favor before.
Yeah, you have to be really careful as Sephiroth. You have relatively, slow options. You have to really be throwing out that hitbox. So every move needs to be precise. Caught on the slide here. Awkward interaction, able to get out with an air. That was one of the quicker options. Oh my goodness, getting hit by the key, but still holding in. Got to be careful about this recovery.
Almost ending tragically there. The up to, whoa! Team kill by J-Jaw!
That could be absolutely huge here. That could be what makes it or breaks it here in this losers finals.
What could turn the tides for Demon and Random NMK? The forward tilt is gonna take it!
And I
What
hear
a
the pop-off.
comeback!
Making the upset of the century here for this top 3 of doubles here at Beak Bonk 25. We got new blood, new faces. I need to sit down. Sorry about that. I needed to speak for my diaphragm for that. All
Just
right.
needed to get everything out. And we are getting right into it with Grands with Luis and Tara versus Random MK and Demon.
All right. Before that starts, I need to find out who's who. We've been kept in
We do
the
need to
dark
find out
of
who's
who's the Game & Watch and who's the Sephiroth.
Can we ask? Hold on.
I don't know. Does production know?
I don't believe so.
Do we know who's the Sephiroth and who's the Game & Watch? All right, then I'm gonna go up there and find out real quick.
Yeah, okay. We gotta get the post game, just very quick interview. All right, and while we are waiting, we are just gonna jump right into it as soon as we can here. We're gonna get names situated. We're gonna get Grand situated. Don't go anywhere. We're gonna start momentarily. All right, what's the verdict?
So what I believe is that Random MK, I think that's how the tag was pronounced, is
Okay.
the Sephiroth.
Right. Okay. And
All right.
then Demon is the Game & Watch.
Demon's the Game & Watch.
Okay.
All
Good
right.
to know. Good to know.
They seem a little offended at the time of me asking them, but hey, it's better than never.
It's better than ever.
Like this
Brands
is
this is the most important set of the day. So we might as well know now.
like I have commentated dubs at such a high level, and unfortunately, I'm just gonna say I have not seen this team before. Okay,
Really?
like
Okay, I know that you're more experienced with these blocks than I am. I do know a little bit of the PNW, just like Washington,
this is a
bit of Oregon,
new
but I
team
don't-
to me.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
for both of us respectively. This is brand new. I've never seen these players at a tournament or around. I've never seen their names before, which is why it's so.
Well,
which is why it's so cool to
they're
have
making
them in
they're making an
brands.
appearance right now.
Exactly. They're showing their stuff. They're just proving that they are actually, at the very least, from this point on, they are established players in the PNW.
Yeah, right now, like beating seasoned veterans as J-Jaw and JDV, which is a team that people, only dream to beat. I'll be real. Like some people, like that's their goal.
That is
They see that team and they're like, I'm not losing these guys. I don't want to lose these guys. Now they're going against Tara and Luis. Now I talked to them earlier. I was saying for time's sake, try to make this a clean one. But hey, in the sense, that's no bias towards anybody, because what ends up happening is that they're going to be trying their best. That's what you want in
Absolutely.
competition. It doesn't matter.
It is Beak Bonk tradition to have a nail biter game 10 grands of doubles. So we could be in for the long haul. We could be in for a 3-0. Who knows?
Like after a heater and a pop-off like that, you must be feeling pretty good here. All right.
Yeah, you are riding high right now. Just looking for this dub against the winners of dubs so far. Which are, wow, the flex there.
Showing off the
Showing
guns.
off for the cameras.
All right. I don't think we're getting any switch-ups on
Where are we
characters. We're
clicking
kind of messing
Where are
around
we
a little
clicking
bit.
around? We're seeing Demon go Bayo, Demon go something, Demon go Duck Hunt, question mark. Tara go Duck Hunt. Ooh, hear me out, 4 Duck Hunt.
Four
Big
duck hunts.
Darumaka appearance, yeah! Shout outs to Darumaka, what a great guy.
Multiple forms.
True. That form of Darmanitan is so wild. I've been getting into more Pokemon recently. I didn't know that it could just be that good.
Well, what are your thoughts on the recent starters that are probably going to get Mega Evolutions? Are you onto that?
Personally, I'm a fan. I've been seeing the backlash and I don't get it.
I see the Pokemon, specifically the starters, that have been so underrepresented due to them, I'll be real, in a competitive format, not good.
Yes.
So now they're going to be able to shine, so
They're
I'm
getting
excited.
that extra oomph. They're going to be put up there.
Cyndaquil fans, though, we're struggling out here.
Cyndaquil, you got
Well,
Legends Arceus.
yeah,
Hey.
wrong. But hey, like maybe the wrong game here. But back to Ultimate here. We're about to start grand
Jumping into it.
finals
The
here.
Demon Bayo coming out, and we're
Okay.
ooh, wow, a full team switch from Demon and random NMK. The MK Aegis going in here. It seems like the Sephiroth wasn't comfortable enough in the first time they played this set, and they're just gonna switch it up. They're getting something new. I guess maybe something a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more proactive to break the wall that is Luis and Terra that they've been displaying time and time again.
Like that's a pretty significant switch up here, though. Especially off of that previous heater. They got to be real careful because they're coming from that loser side here. Yes, they're able to give a few games, but all it takes for Terra and Luis is just to secure that first set. You, on the other hand, have to, reverse, 3-0 them pretty much. If
You have to take 2 sets.
you have to take 2
At the
sets,
least
yeah, you have to do
win
twice
6
the work.
games.
You have to do twice the work. That's just how things be.
And against a team that's this committed to playing defensively and playing to win those micro interactions as they have been doing this whole tournament, it's a rough battle, which is why an aggressive strategy might be able to break it, or it could be, oh, the win box. Wait. Oh, all right.
Hey, the Bayonetta
Demon
Classic.
is able to recover there.
What I'm kind of noticing here is that with the Pyra/Mythra change, we're seeing a lot better instances of maintaining advantage. But if you're in disadvantage, it is feeling just quite a bit worse here. I feel like Luis has been able to clean it up, Terra being able to respond accordingly. So it's looking a little rough for Demon and Random MK.
Ooh, nice catch on that down throw there. Just getting the up smash cleanly, taking the stock from Terra.
All right, it's looking a little rough for our loser side friends as Terra and Luis looking a little bit more comfortable, especially in terms of that control. I like the Pyra usage.
Ooh,
I love
absolutely not
Bayonetta, man.
afraid to
Come
get
on.
Scrappy off stage, but the friendly fire on the Pyra down air gonna take Demon stock early. 1-1 to 1-2 here. Terra being able to stock tank as usual, looking for those opportunities only when they present themselves, not playing too aggressive here. Getting those conversions against namely random NMK.
All right, solid trades for Demon and Random NK's favor. All right, I love that parry into the up special. Not enough to do it, sending towards the other side. I love the pickup there, help your teammate out. Luis trying to get that dash attack. Oh my goodness, the 2-for-1 here. Not able to fully get the second stock, but hey, get him off stage, get that value. We love it.
Oh, and great conversion from Terra there, taking random NMK's last stock there. Demon having to contest the 1v2 by himself, and the back throw up smash, the tried and true, is just
the
gonna
good old
take it.
Dubs classic. You can't really beat it. This is the reason why Palu is so good in this format. It is like really hard to mess that up. Like that up smash, it goes so high.
Absolutely.
Man.
Like sometimes in doubles, you have to absolutely just craft a game plan against your team and just weave around them in such a way that just displays expert talent like these 4 players have displayed thus far.
It's high, it's active, and it kills. What
Sometimes-
else do you?
Sometimes you throw them into the laser. Sometimes you just have to do it like that. All right, Luis and Terra looking pretty confident this set, looking pretty good
What are
for
those
themselves.
faces going on? I know they were having a conversation, but I was
At the
seeing
least
something
they're
weird.
having a great time.
we were getting a weird perspective there. All right.
Ooh, somebody's pro controller's on low battery.
Hopefully it's someone that needs to disconnect their pro controller and not somebody currently playing at this point in time. But man, looking at that damage there on Bayonetta, ooh, it is a rough start here for blue
Terra
side.
SDing.
Oh wait, hold up.
Random
You take what you can
random
get.
MK.
Suddenly it's looking better, but
Wow,
hey.
it's looking very explosive. It hasn't even been 30 seconds of 2 stocks have been taken. One from Terra and one from Demon. Very, very high octane, high action game here going on. It looks like they're trying to get a little bit less heat on them. Terra and Luis just trying to make that space theirs again. But Random, NMK, and Demon are...
Someone just called out Terra for another game, I
For
think.
singles? Oh, no.
Yeah. It's like, hold up, look at the stream real quick.
Hey, look at the big screen. Look at the big...
Well,
jumbo
we're getting
song.
there, don't worry.
It'll be half an hour.
Half an hour?
I don't know.
What do you think a long Dubs game goes for, like time-wise?
Okay, I was banking on Game 5 going to Terra and Luis.
Well, I'm not
be
asking for
completely
that.
honest.
I'm asking for like time frame of how long.
These
sets
sets
like
have
this.
taken more than an hour before. I've witnessed extremely long double sets holding up bracket, like actually becoming problematic for singles. But like we are seeing Terra and Luis having the momentum here, just grabbing stock after stock here. But Demon and Random NK are holding on to the stock. Demon in particular holding on at 139 now. Oh, and the
kill
explosive
off
flame
the
all the
top.
way at the top.
Okay. Looking even here on stocks now. We got to remember initially there we saw the unfortunate SD there for Terra. Now, not looking too bad given the scenario. Definitely making up for the fact, but what a scoop there from Random.
Putting Luis in a weird situation, getting hit by the witch time, some friendly fire there by Random NK.
Yeah, pretty
Oh,
critical
having the share
move.
stock, Terra going to his last stock, but sticking in it by taking Luis's last, or not his last, his second to last.
Okay. Oh, gotta
Both
help
of them
Luis out.
Beating up
Ooh.
on Luis. Terra having to take the 1v1 against 3 stocks. And now 2 with the down smash taking it from Demon here.
Okay, not able to get the scoop after that last interaction here. Okay, going for the grab. I saw the shield immediately after, playing it relatively careful. Oh, getting caught by the
This scoop
Bayonetta
is
combo.
so dangerous for Terra, but he's able to just crawl his way out. The forward, oh yeah, the forward smash after the grab is just gonna take it though. 1-1 here for
Okay.
this grand final set.
Lower the aegis.
All right, it was really close there. There was the SD.
It seems like the
Okay.
SD was the determining factor of that game. Even though it was 3-1 at one point, it does seem like that one really small instance at the beginning did turn the tide for Demon and Random NK there.
But something I like to theorize is in scenarios like these, players start to kind of compensate for aspects like this. Like Terra might have been playing even better off that SD just because of that extra pressure. And then also in terms of the other team here with Demon and Random NK, they probably are feeling really good about being able to take that game. So they're feeling a lot solid here going to the next one. So they're going to play better a little bit. I like to think that is kind of like one of these like bring both teams up scenarios.
Yeah, it's a bit of the swinging of the pendulum going on, especially that we've just seen so many Game 5 sets go back
Okay,
and
yeah,
forth
that
and
was
back
an
and forth.
SD. That was
Another
a
SD from
mistech,
Terra.
unfortunately.
Oh, it was a mistech. Okay. I didn't quite catch it. I was paying attention to the 1v1 that was going on between Luis and Random. We are seeing Terra off stage again, looking very grim here. Dude, Demon is just keeping Terra off of everyone here.
Man, it's looking so good for the blue team here. Getting the grab. I like the punish there from Luis. Going for the back air. Gets a little team hit there.
Oh no, a team
Oh,
kill
that's the
by
wrong
Luis. Ooh, 3 stocks to 6 here. Luis and Demon, or Luis and Terra have a very, very lopsided game to win here.
Look, that's one of the scenarios where I felt like the trade was originally taken, but unfortunately it just went the worst scenario
It went
possible.
the worst possible way, exactly. Like it ended up being super bad, especially because it didn't take the stock from Terra. It took the stock from Luis, which
Yeah.
is like it's just especially it's especially tough because they're relying on stock taking for each other, and just like running away with so many stocks like Demon and Random are, the uphill battle is just getting steeper and steeper here.
Man. Looking in towards the red team here, higher percent.
Random looking to support his teammate there, but getting caught Ooh, in the middle of it, the back throw, sending both of them off stage, though, that we know how those interactions go.
All right, dash attack from the
What a
platform. I
great
like
dash
it.
attack. And this conversion is going to take it on Terra. Just 1 stock to 4 for Luis here, and it looks like he is going to play it out. He is looking to absolutely scrap with Demon and Random.
They can't really give up here. It's a steep hill to say the least. All right, but going for
Back
the
throw,
1-1. Okay. What I
Random
will say, if
taunting
you,
off
okay.
in the background while Demon handles the 1v1 by himself.
Oh, no. That's trust. That's trust here. Hold up. Is
The
this
up smash is
personal?
gonna
Wait.
press the shield.
Okay. Now we're seeing a little bit more of that doubles here. I was like,
Yeah, we're seeing.
let me at him here. Okay, trying to go
Alright,
for a
the
little
up smash.
doubles combo. Now we're seeing a little bit more doubles, not of all that 1v1 stuff.
All right, this juggle looks like it might be it for Luis, but he's able to barely survive the dash attack from Random. The forward smash at ledge, almost catching Demon, and the
what a
delayed
catch.
forward air. Those hits of forward air are so malleable and so controllable. You can just get get every single ounce of value out of them. Demon and Random taking game 3 here.
1 game away of getting this reset here, putting on the pressure on Terra and Luis to be able to bring it back in these next 2 games. Getting right back into it. I feel like this composition is working really well. I think whatever they talked about in terms of the previous sets, it is all adding up to this moment.
Their aggression is paying off in spades. They're able to keep the wall of Terra and Luis separate so that they can't take nearly as much stage control nearly as effectively. So, and it seems like they are assuming the position here, Terra and Luis. They're getting that nice distance there, that roll distance that they want to be assuming. Terra able to cover for Luis off stage here.
Like already off the bat, I'm not seeing an immediate scenario where people are struggling to get back to stage, so that's already a good start here, at least over on the red team side. A little separated. I like the use of the back air there from Luis. Now they really got to take advantage of separating the 2. Hold up.
And I do think one thing we're kind of underselling with this commentary here is that, wow, with the stock trade by Demon, I personally think it's going to go a long way here, even though the game was even. All right, just giving, ooh, wow, the double smash attack just to cover those options. But I do think that something that we're missing on the commentary here is just the amount of time that Bayo combos keep one of the 2 opponents out of commission for. They're just so oppressive and keeping opponents in the air for so long, and then for Random to either continue the juggle or follow up in whatever way that he wants.
Well, that's what I talked about when we first saw the initial pick, is being able to keep your opponent in that constant state of disadvantage, because it's true combos you're dealing with. It's none of those pseudo loops or anything of the sort. You have full control of your opponent here, but man.
Ooh, Luis coming in clutch,
Okay.
saving Terra off stage. Looks like this momentum is being hard earned for Demon and Random.
Like, I
Luis
feel
and
like
Terra are
the
putting
Bayo
up
play
a
was
huge
smart.
fight.
The Bayo play was smart, but the issue was the response there. I like the idea. I think it was going to lead to at least a stock trade there, guaranteed. But unfortunately, because we saw that, was able to help out, it interrupted that whole flow.
Absolutely. Demon is playing very aggressive right now, and Luis is taking advantage of that in spades. And the up tilt back air is going to take it on him, though. Terra looking very in danger here at 130 with a Bayo on the prowl.
Yeah, looking at a high percent, but I'm starting to feel like it's Wolf prime time here. Could see a lot, but,
Ooh, but Terra
hey,
gets
back
caught
air. I had
by
to say
a
something.
back
My
air
bad.
while landing. Commentator's curse. Ooh, the clean back air from Luis. Gonna shift it into the 2v1 with 2 low percent opponents for Random to take on. This is looking like it's going to game 5 before the reset.
All right, a little preemptive options here on the combo.
The explosive flame isn't going to do it. It is.
Okay.
Mithra's lighter frame can't take the pressure at that moment. And Terra and Luis are going to take it
To a
game
game
five.
5. All right. Now, you were talking about this here.
I
We
would-
like
who
game
knows,
5s
who
here at
knows?
Beak Bonk. Now, the question is, are we getting a game 5 final here right now? Or are we getting a game 5 reset? And that's going to be the real thing we're finding out here in a little bit. Now, the real pressure's on. If I'm Terra and Luis, I want to end this here and now. I don't want. I don't want.
agree.
I want to like put it down, put down the cup, and just get on with everything.
Exactly. If you can describe the team of Demon and Random as anything, I would describe them as X Factor. They have been so explosive, so synergistic, and just absolutely willing to do whatever it takes to win these games, even if it does end up being a sacrifice that gets them a game loss in the end.
Hey, I'm
They're
gonna remember
so-
this team after this. I said
Absolutely.
they have made their like mental note.
They've made their mark.
Grand Finals, Beak Bonk 2025.
2025, absolutely a welcome addition to this bracket.
Oh my, unfortunate.
Ooh. And seeing Luis, absolute like beast at these offstage interactions, just taking them so aggressively here.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness,
which time-
I'm just feeling bad for Random NK here. End up losing that stock earlier because this is a serious match. You cannot be losing something without some sort of like value for it.
Wow, and Luis and Terra are just taking so much control of Demon and Random right now.
Oh,
Both of them
control.
getting basically taken out in one sequence.
Like right now, it's looking a little bit favorable for Terra and Luis. Good
Terra
catch.
getting some friendly fire on Luis there, and the side B guns taking the edge guard on Terra. What a way to get this ever closer to even. Just anything, any bit of leverage will come in. It'll come in clutch here. Every inch is a mile here.
All right. Oh my goodness, what happened? Suddenly, the tables are looking a little bit not towards the favor of Demon and Random NK. Stock down on both players. Got to get the finishing touch here.
I agree. It does seem like that Demon and Random aren't getting the openings that they want. It seems like they're looking for their miles and not getting their inches. Wow, Demon not hitting the tech, dying early. This 2v1 is brutal for Random.
Yeah, it's a 2v1 with a stock to spare here. Terra really into the fray. We're sticking with the Pyra, which has a lot of risk. Oh my goodness,
the
going for the
Wolf Flash
style.
trying to
Oh
go
my.
for it.
Okay, do you take the stock here? No,
Okay,
giving it to
letting
Luis.
take the 1v1 here, and the late back air is gonna take it.
All right, I
Game
respect.
5 going to
respect it.
Luis and Terra, not getting the reset, breaking Beak Bonk tradition, and giving us only 5 games instead of 10.
Like I was scared there. They went for the clip.
They did.
They went for the clip.
style.
So, but in that, Luis was able to close it out. But amazing run from Random NK and Demon.
Absolutely, showing that wherever you're from, whatever your background is, you have what it takes to make it this far in these kinds of brackets.
Man, what a way to finish out. Dubs here for Beak Bonk 2025. But we're surely to have more in the future. And we definitely have more of Ultimate here in a little bit. I know singles has been going on in the background. We're probably going to quickly have singles coming up here on stream. I know a lot of y'all probably waiting for singles. Here's your time. We're probably going to end up swapping out casters here in a little bit. Maybe sit for a little bit of a break, but stick around. There's more games to be played.